It's week number 8. It's week number 8. Your boy Smitty's here to save the day. We're here to bring you all the week 8 news. Deebo Samuel out. Fire up DeAndre Swift. Fire up Tony Pollard. The Fantasy Football Show, the countdown to the show Monday through Friday begins now.
You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the Fantasy Football Show. Please stand by like a boss.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, good people? Your man Smitty's here to try and bring you all of the news and notes that'll help you win and dominate and navigate your Week 8 fantasy football leagues and seasons and turmoils and all that. We got so much going on. There's so much injury news out there. There's so many devastating blows to fantasy football teams and rosters. And look, it's adapt and adjust. It's divide and conquer season. Divide and conquer season here on the Fantasy Football Show. If you're in a bind, you might need to divide and conquer, and I'm here to help you do such a thing. So let's get to all the news and notes. Let's start off with this one right here. This is a big one, big blow to fantasy football rosters in week number 8. Deebo Samuel he will not play due to a hamstring injury against the Rams. This is bad news. One could say and conclude that this is going to be more run for Christian McCaffrey. And yes, this is live. This is not pre-recorded. I'll be answering super chats in the order in which I'm receiving them. Frake is first in the building. Smitty, how we doing? What's up, Zell? James, We got peanut butter and jelly. We got Michael K. CPA. Can we drop some Michael K. CPA emojis in the building? Vamp is in the house per usual. David per usual. Zero Gaming per usual. All the regulars are in here. We got 147 filing in as we speak. Hundreds more on the way. Hit the thumb up button on your way in the door. Let's do this. This is horrible for anybody that owns Deebo. And some might say, like I just mentioned, that this is good for CMC. Maybe they focus on him more. It's possible. I don't really know. There's two schools of thought here. A, you're playing the Rams, okay? And the Rams may be up and down. The Rams may be able to be clapped once in a while. But it does, I think, in my opinion, bode very badly for the entire offense, moving the football down the field, moving the chains, scoring points to have Deebo Samuel out. If you've got Brandon Ayuk, maybe this is good news for Brandon Ayuk owners. That's the only thing I could say. Because even if they're down or not down, he'll probably be used quite a bit. So if you own Brandon Ayuk, you might want to play him in week number 8 unless you have some amazing options. But Deebo Samuel being out is going to hamper the ability to move the football down the field, the ability to be efficient and effective. Jimmy G is going to be lost in some cases without him. The Rams kind of have the Niners number, and I think Jimmy G's probably rattled by them in general, and he's got to go out and face a very hungry team that is trying to prove themselves and get respect back themselves. They've been down and out. They haven't been playing football the way they want to play football, and the Niners probably look like a very tasty opponent to them. And I think this is a big bounce back affair for the Rams against this beaten up, injured, badly coached 49er team that had being the key word, the best defense in the NFL. The problem is when you have the best defense in the NFL, what happens when your offense is garbage, your play calling is garbage, and your coach doesn't know what he's doing, and he's running your players into the ground, as he's done with Deebo Samuel, you end up misusing said players. You end up ruining the ability to march down the field and keep your defense fresh, and your defense is on the field constantly. And so the defense is getting injured. The defense is getting tired. Defense is getting worn down. They got worked by the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is a good defense. It has good weapons on it, and the entire offense is loaded from the rafters down to the bottom of the offensive roster. It's insane that the Niners can't score more than 20 points. And Deebo off this roster is horrible for the efficiency of it. And while I think that maybe we're going to see CMC get utilized a lot more in week number 8, we still have the same problem we talked about the other day, where it's like, here's the issue, is that you have CMC having essentially a bye in week number 7 because he didn't really play much, coming out here in week number 8, having a bye in week number 9, and then really only giving you any sense of, okay, he's going to probably get fully unleashed and maybe be dominant in this weeks 10 through 17. This is week 8. We're entering week 8. If Deebo Samuel doesn't explode in week 8, Deebo Samuel owners or people that traded for him basically got nothing for 3 straight weeks, which everybody's got a bye week. Week number 9 is the bye week for the Niners. Everybody's got a bye week. It wasn't like he had already had his bye week. He got traded to a team and had another bye week. That's happened before in the NFL. That didn't happen. Or in some cases, which is amazing, a player doesn't have his bye week, gets traded to a team that's already had their bye week, and then the player doesn't have a bye week and plays an entire 18-game season, which could be wearing on you. But this is a case where literally you're like, okay, I have the bye week in 9. I'm getting CMC. At least I get him for 2 weeks. If he doesn't explode in week number 8, it's going to be really, really hard. Really, really hard. When are you going live, Smitty? Rock out. What are you talking about, my guy? What do you mean? What do you mean, rock out? I'm live right in front of your face, rock out. Deebo Samuel, what do you do? What do you do? Hopefully you have Ayuk. Send me your options. I'll go through the super chats in order in which they're received in a minute, and then we're going to take phone calls. We won't just do a super chat show. Don't worry. We'll filter through everything. Ayuk season, starting him over Davis Mills in the Superflex. I don't mind that, but Davis Mills could actually have a decent day, but I don't mind that at all. I think Rockout might mean this is pre-recorded and then does the live happen after. I'm not sure, but Rockout, I'm here for you, pal. I'm here. I'm live right now. I'm here live right now. Devastating. CMC, if CMC does have a bad week 8, he's going to lose people leagues because he basically was useless for 3 straight weeks, and people are going to be down before they can even be up. Smitty PPR flex, should I start Boyd or Gabe Davis? Give me chat. Vote on that one, chat. Damon wants to know Gabe Davis or Boyd. I love both of them. Was a joke, Smitty. Oh, okay. Good one, Rock Out. Appreciate you, my guy. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm live right now, Rock Out. I'm live right now. Maybe Rock Out's joking because we went live for 5 hours last night. I don't know. Zeke Elliott is I can't believe he's not ruled out yet. This guy doesn't go away. He doesn't. I'm not wishing injury upon anybody. I want you to know that. This guy doesn't go away. He is probably not going to play, but he's doubtful. He's not ruled out. He's still doubtful. He's going to find his way onto the field. I feel it. But it's Tony Pollard season for all that we can tell. And Tony Pollard season is an exciting season. Tony Pollard season is a fun season. And Derek Lincoln's in the chat. Rock Out, I appreciate you, by the way. No Chase, start Boyd, says KBB or KB82. Boyd, my number 2 wide receiver the rest of season. Pollard or ETN. Give me ETN, but I love Pollard. Pollard's a really good play this week. If you own Pollard, you need to find a way to start him. I'm not saying to bench an ETN. I'm not saying to bench a Kenneth Walker. I'm not saying to bench any of those big dogs. But Pollard is going to have a good game. Pollard is electric. He's a better running back than Zeke Elliott. He can pull in passes better than Zeke Elliott. He's more elusive than Zeke Elliott. It's time for Pollard to shine, and that's why we got him on the thumbnail and graphic here. He's in the title of the video. We got his name in here. I'm emphasizing Pollard season, and I'm emphasizing some of the 3 biggest pieces of news right now in the headline here. In Pollard, we talked about Deebo, and Swifty is next. But get Pollard in your lineup. We've been waiting for this. The Moon Men list is looking strong. We've had a couple people ripping on the Moon Men list the last couple shows. Like, hey, Smitty, the Moon Men list is looking like the injured list. I mean, we did suffer injury to Javonte and Breece Hall, but the Moon Men list looks fantastic still. You can say what you want about those injuries that we can't control, but look at this list.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
Space monsters. Look at them.
Space monsters.
I mean, this list is looking great. Obviously, we're a little worried about Burrow being quite as good without Jamar, but look, this is Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow, and I think he's going to find a way to still have those 3 TD games. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown back from the bye, well rested. St. Brown's ready to rumble. We'll talk about him in a minute. ETN's ready to rumble. Rashad White's on the verge. Rashad White is on the verge. Kenneth Walker is exploding. We really ran into 2. I mean, obviously we had Lance and Schultz down below, but we really ran into 2 major injuries that were to 2 top 5 overall players potentially in Javonte and Hall. They really were in my top 5, and it's devastating. I can't tell you how much it pains me. It pains me on the inside. I'm carrying a heavy weight on my shoulders over these 2 injuries because they were hardcore predictions for the show, but I swear to you, Breece Hall was running back 1 moving forward. Breece Hall was, and he still can be in Dynasty. We'll have to see, but I mean, I'm so excited about a lot of the guys in the movement still, and they're still blowing up, and there's still more to come. You know, Tony Pollard is on the verge. You got Rashad White potentially, and Khalil Herbert. He's still down below, waiting to get his number called, and he still should be owned in all leagues and formats. So get ready for that. And on that note, on the DeAndre Swift note, where's my boy Swifty? Swifty, ankle, shoulder was removed. from the injury report for week number 8 and is ready to shine.
Where's your mashed potatoes?
Yeah, buddy.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
That wonderful tune brought to you by our in-house musician and diehard follower, Rock Out. Appreciate that audio, Rock Out. Rock Out needs to get more recognition for some of the beats and things he's dropped on the show. I mean, listen to this beautiful, beautiful sound.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Let's let Swift fly. Let's unleash the beast, unleash the Kraken. Let this man go out there and drop loads all over the field. It is Swift season. It is ETN season. It is Walker season. Let's go, everybody, to the moon.
To the moon.
Go the Moon Men and everybody else in the show that we're supporting walking into this week number 8. A lot of breakout monsters. A lot of guys getting ready to rumble. How are we looking in the Throne League? We were looking good, bro, and then we lost Breece Hall. We're still surviving. But we definitely took a huge hit losing Breece Hall. We drafted him in the third round, and that was a huge blow. So we're looking okay, but in the IG Expert League, so we have the two. Remember the IG Expert League and then the Throne League. They're the two Instagram Expert Leagues that I partake in. The Throne League's my league. The IG Expert League is couches and fantasy football experts, and they brought me into that league, and we dominated that draft. We did that live draft. It was a super flex draft. We absolutely crushed that draft. That team is looking phenomenal. I'll post that on my Instagram, but I think we're 6-1, and the team is just on fire. I think we lost Javonte in that league, and still just absolutely look like monsters in that league. So but Swift is ready to rumble, and this dude is I think a top 5 potential. You know, we got a lot of running backs that are warranted in that top 5 range. So you might have to do like a 4. We'll borrow a draft slot from the 4, right? So we'll say 4 from 8, 4 to 8 top, 4 to 8 running back going forward. Big range because we're worried about injuries. Got to prove himself. I'm also a little bit worried, that he's going to have a little lesser volume this week, easing himself back into action. But he's such an efficient guy. He can break off a run and take it house at any moment. If you own Swift, you got to play him. It could be he isn't fully ready to rumble until until the next contest. But like week 8, he still should be started. He still could be a monster.
Swift in the building, this is Swift season. Like me, Supreme going like Swift season.
Swift season. Rock Out. Appreciate you dropping another Swift beat. Swift season. Let's go. Swift season. One more round of applause.
Where's your mashed potatoes?
All right. Next piece of news is going to be, this one's kind of weird. Kind of came out of nowhere, but that's the way, the flu is. Adam says, illness questionable for week number 8. Dealing with severe, is what one report said, severe flu-like symptoms, but is expected to play. The thing about the flu and whatever, it can be hard to predict what, how he's feeling, his body, how his, could he be limited? Could he play like, 70% of the snaps or something like that? We don't know. Hopefully he gets better. And it's kind of weird. We haven't heard a lot about the 19 this year. Especially when someone's got flu-like symptoms and they're down. So keep an eye on that. But I'm pretty hopeful at this point, based on what I'm hearing, that Adams will be good to go. But it's something to 100% monitor. This guy DK Metcalf, man, not ruled out yet for week 8. He's questionable, not expected to play. But he's not even doubtful right now, which is so weird. He tore. Look, we got to worry about that patellar tendon tear and that it could rupture. But DK Metcalf is definitely needing to take a week off. He has to take a week off. When you have damage to that patellar tendon, you don't want him going out, kind of like I explained in an earlier video. You don't want him going out. Where's the piece of paper at? Here. If you have a patellar tendon, Very strong, right? Very strong. When you have a patellar tendon with a little bit of damage in it, right? So I ripped some holes in that, so you could see. Okay, now this patellar tendon is compromised. You don't want him going out there with little tears in it and not having those tears and damage heal, and have him exploding and jumping and landing, which is probably the most damaging part. When you have a damaged patellar tendon and you land really hard with all your force, that's when that thing can snap. And when you snap your patellar tendon, and I know because I snapped my patellar tendon, I ruptured it. It completely snapped in half like a rubber band. And my kneecap was floating up here. And I was literally 3-second rule trying to push it back. And I didn't know if I dislocated it like Patrick Mahomes did. Patrick Mahomes dislocated his kneecap like that. And all they had to do, there's this groove in place of where the kneecap sits in and rests in, right? When you dislocate it, you're not tearing the patellar tendon, you're stretching the heck out of it. And you have your kneecap out, then they gotta push it back in place and get it in that groove where it can kind of lie. And Patrick Mahomes, when he damaged that, the risk you run when you do that dislocation is you've stretched it, and then now you've got a little lax in it, and it's not as tight, and it really easily can flip out, and then you could rupture it, or it could just be to where it never tightens back up, never gets strong again, and now you have forever this knee that can just flip out of, there goes your patellar tendon straight out of that groove, and it happens on the regular if you don't heal it right. A lot of things involved in the patellar tendon and the kneecap that are actually pretty serious in terms of like coming back if you don't take care of it right and causing, bigger damage. So hopefully DK does sit out. He's probably sitting out. I'm just saying that it's crazy that this guy is supposed to be out multiple weeks is like still questionable walking into Sunday. So expect him to be out, but good news for those that might be getting him back a little sooner than we thought. Maybe the damage to the patellar tendon, the injury right here, is not as bad as we thought. So stay tuned for that. Darrell Williams is no longer listed on the final injury report. This man's going out there as the RB1 for the LA Rams, as Cam Akers is personal, not going to play, maybe looking to be traded. And if he isn't traded, maybe they cut him. We don't know. So if you got Darrell Henderson, run him out there. Kyron Williams is someone to monitor because he might be able to have a chance to rise up. Darrell Henderson is not the healthiest guy in the world. He's pretty good, underrated, doesn't get a lot of respect. He's an RB2 when he's getting full volume. And the Niners D's pretty banged up, so I don't mind playing him this week. But I do believe that Kyron Williams is somebody to monitor, and the door could open to him unexpectedly and very quickly. This guy right here talking about the Detroit players here going up against the Dolphins could be a complete shootout and could be a high-scoring affair. This guy, St. Brown, concussion from last week. It was the tag because it fit in the protocol. He didn't actually get diagnosed with a concussion. What had happened was, remember when Tua got rattled and rocked, and he got up and he couldn't stand and he was wobbly. And so because Tua also passed concussion protocol, they say, I don't believe it, I don't buy it. They put him back out on the field, right? And especially the turnaround as well to run that man back out like less than a week later the next game. But during that one game where he's wobbly and he came back into the game, they created rules in place that protect players that if there's ever any sort of like motor function imbalance and they're still passing protocols, they have to sit the entire game. So he exited the game without a concussion diagnosis, but did fall in line with the new protocols to say, hey, you got to sit the remainder of the game. I highly doubt that there's any reason he would be sitting week number 8, given that he wasn't officially diagnosed with a concussion on the field, which means that how could he be diagnosed with anything that would keep him off the field right now? So look for him to play. Just keep an eye on it in case there's something else that's not being told or revealed to us. We've been lied to before. We've been lied to all the time with these reports and such. So we need to keep an eye on it, but it sounds like it's going to be Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and DeAndre Swift season at the same time.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
So get ready, Lions fans. Get ready, Lions owners. I mean, we're ready to rumble with Swift and Amon-Ra, and that means Goff's a pretty good play this week. In a shootout, you need a quarterback. You're looking at the waiver wire. Goff's sitting there because he's been disappointing for multiple weeks. You grab Goff. You throw him in your lineup if you're in dire need. This one I want to bring up for a couple reasons. One, Andrews is a very good center. And Andrews' concussion has been ruled out of week number 8 against the Jets. I bring this up because the Jets' defense is looking phenomenal. And it's getting better each week. And the Jets are the kind of team that's gaining momentum. And you don't really know how good the defense is playing because they started off slow if you're looking just at stat totals and everything. So if you got the New York Jets defense, you need to start them in this game. Because not only could there be some fumbles and some turnovers because of this guy David being out, but they got a whole quarterback disaster situation going on right now. Mac is not the answer. During the game we were live, and I was like, man, this guy Zappy looked great coming in, and I even said, like, I don't see how this game could turn around. The Bears could turn this game around. And then it turned around right then and there. Zappy looked phenomenal coming in and then just fell apart. So both quarterbacks are looking shaky. And I think that it's just a recipe for complete defensive domination. And this sucks that Breece Hall isn't here for this. It's so disappointing. I don't know that the Jets offense will move the football the same. I don't know if maybe the Jets get worked in this game because they don't have Breece Hall. It's tough to know how the Jets are going to do offensively. But this is a very, very, very good defense this week, defensive play. And having the star center out only makes it that much more of a juicy matchup. So I wanted to bring that up and let everybody know. But, man, I'm so depressed about even talking about the Jets right now without Breece Hall in it. Brandon Cook's wrist is questionable for Week 8. This is weird because he's been a full go at practice, and he might be a healthy scratch. And that has me thinking, healthy scratch before the trade deadline. Gee, I wonder if this guy's getting moved. And so if you own Brandon Cooks or you're about to cut Brandon Cooks or he's on waivers, might be time to pick him up and maybe hold him on some spec that he might be getting dealt. This is me just kind of digging around, making up stuff. So know that I have no insider information whatsoever. This is nothing tangible whatsoever. This is all guesswork right here. This is all first-class guesswork. And I just think that I'm sniffing a trade. Questionable, not even warranted to be questionable. And talk of a healthy scratch. This guy could get traded to the Green Bay Packers. This guy could get traded to the Cincinnati Bengals. I hope not. I hope so, and I hope not. I hope so for Burrow. I hope not for Jamar Chase and Higgins. But it's something to think about. He also could get traded to I'm throwing teams out. I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but the Chargers sure could use a wide receiver right now. Mike Williams goes down. Brandon Cooks is available. Chase goes down. Brandon Cooks is available. I feel like this is potentially happening. I don't know about to which team. Definitely could be going to the Green Bay Packers, but something tells me out of all of the landing spots in the NFL, I could see Brandon Cooks going to the Packers, the Chargers, or the Bengals. If I was in charge of those three situations, I don't want it for the Bengals. I don't want it for my Jamar Chase shares when he comes back. I don't want the mess. Okay, I don't. But if I'm running things from a football perspective and I own or manage or I'm a decision maker in terms of player acquisition for any of those three teams, if I was in charge, I would be bringing Brandon Cooks in. I'd be bringing Elijah Moore into my locker room. So look for those potential trades to happen. If I had to guess about one happening, those would be the ones. Chargers would be the most ideal. Immediately, I agree. Chargers would be the most ideal because Herbert's been struggling to keep his wide receivers on the field. Allen can't stay on the field. Allen can't stay healthy. Even when Allen comes back, he's limited and decoy capable at any moment. And then now Mike Williams is not only inconsistent, but he's out. It's like, give the man a consistent wide receiver. If Herbert landed Cooks, it would be a match made in heaven. The Chargers are sitting on their hands. They sat on their hands during the draft. They didn't trade for a wide receiver when they had the opportunity to. They could have went and got like Devontae Adams. The Chargers should have made a move. They've got a gunslinger in Herbert, who I still believe in fully, and he's a great trade for player because he's on a bye, and owners that have him are not only disappointed in Herbert, but they also have him on a bye, so they're double disappointed in him right now. You can double stamp a triple stamp right now by going and trading for him. And if you've got a guy like Lamar, or you got a guy like, and it'd be hard to do a Lamar trade right now because the game's already been played, but you got a guy like Jalen Hurts, you got a guy, whatever. You got a top quarterback, top 5 quarterback, and you can't win. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth, because I'm not saying trade any of the top 5 quarterbacks if you don't need to. I'm saying if you can't win, you're being honest with yourself. You do an honest inventory and audit on your team, and you say to yourself in the mirror, you filthy animal, you drafted a team that can't win right now. Guess what? It's divide and conquer season. And there is no better quarterback to take a gamble on. Unless you have like 1 win or 0 wins, you might not be able to afford the bye. But then again, you're getting another player in return that maybe not on a bye, or maybe already had a bye, so it ends up kind of washing in a sense. But so no matter what, you've got a top quarterback and you can't win, you need to divide and conquer. Take said player, take said quarterback, turn it into to Herbert, Justin Herbert, and get an A.J. Brown. If you can take Hurts and turn him into, as painful as it is, if you can't win, you turn Hurts into Justin Herbert and A.J. Brown. It's bounce back season, and that's how you do it. Turn Justin Herbert and ETN, or get Justin Herbert and ETN for your top 4 quarterback, and then you move forward. Herb has the best ability to bounce back out of all the quarterbacks in that top 7 that are struggling and aren't on track right now. Herbert has the potential, so go get him. And if he gets Brandon Cooks, can you imagine what's going to happen? Lazard, this is why I think Cooks in Green Bay is still a very, very nice option and highly probable, is Lazard shoulder won't play week 8. They're struggling. Now, if a trade happens, Cooks won't play in week number 8, so it's not going to help him this week. But Lazard shoulder won't play. That makes Dubs, the Dubmeister, a pretty decent play. We've said no to a lot of start bench questions, including Dobbs. But if you know, we might need to revisit those questions. If you're in a bind, he'd be a good play with Lazard out. But he's not like a lock or an amazing play, but just somebody that's going to get targets by default. Josh Jacobs was removed from the Week 8 injury report, so fire up Josh Jacobs without any concerns whatsoever. And entertain trade offers only because he's at max value. Doesn't mean I don't believe he can continue to do it. He's been proving me wrong. Josh Jacobs looks phenomenal. But entertain any offers you get anytime with any player. But he's at a max sell high value, so you gotta entertain it. Maybe you can get an ETN and a Gabe Davis for Josh Jacobs right now. So you got to think about like being open-minded to a trade. Tom Brady announced he and Giselle have finalized a divorce. Look, I went live on the Tom Brady being out in August when he sat out like 10 days or 14 days or whatever it is. And everyone's saying it was just, you know, him putting, you know, his family first or whatever. And it was like, I knew there was something going on. And there's just that Tom Brady doesn't do that. Tom Brady's all business. Tom Brady doesn't not show up for camp. And what did I tell you was going to happen? That the Bucs were going to just fall apart. The Bucs would fall apart. Everybody said he's Tom Brady. Remember all the people coming at my neck? My own people in the live stream. My own people coming at my neck saying he's Tom Brady. He'll be fine. He's Tom Brady. The division's easy. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. And I said, you can't not show up during camp. That's a critical 10 to 14 day period where you've got your wide receivers injured. You have no rapport with Russell Gage. Julio Jones, you have no rapport with Julio Jones. You have injuries to your wide receivers, your star wide receivers. You don't know. Godwin's not ready. And the offensive line's banged up. You lose both your guards. You lose your center. And you got no cohesive rapport building going on during August. And I have people coming at my neck saying that this is ridiculous. It's Tom Brady. He can take off August. No, he can't. Nobody can take off August with all the turmoil going on on the roster because guess what? There's more than just Tom Brady on the team. The team needs to build rapport with Tom Brady. It's not just Tom. You don't have a bunch of Tom Bradys on the field. You got one Tom Brady on the field. And look what happened. This entire team is falling apart. And I believe part of it has to do with his absence in August. I think part of it has to do with he's getting older. And predicting his decline was a hard thing to do. But I did not think he would have the same season. And sure enough, it's shining through. Now, is he a decent buy low in some context where you have no quarterback and somebody's willing to toss him out at a very low price and you don't know what to do at quarterback? Sure. There's still some shot that this thing ends up being, able to be turned around for the end part of the season and then he retires anyway or sure. But for the most part, it's an avoid thing, and it's been an avoid for me for much of the offseason. So there's that. Darren Waller, hamstring, is questionable for week number 8. This is a tough one. Depends on your options. We'll definitely tackle that as more information comes about tonight and tomorrow and walking into Sunday morning. Guys, let everybody know if they ask about Super Chats that they're going to be answered in the order in which they were received in a minute. We always get through the news first. So drop the Super Chats if you want to be in line first. So if anybody asks about it, just tell them in the chat if you could. Darren Waller, if he's starting, you got to play him. Unless you got a much better, safer option, like a Goddard, you happen to have made a trade, or you had 2 great players or whatever. But Waller's a tough guy to own right now. But if he gets dropped, pick him up. There are several players that could get dropped right now that you need to be aware of. Number 1 is A.J. Dillon. And I've already got several messages on my text line, which you can get at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Get your text service at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Get your trade calculator, your go forward 365 rankings at thefantasyfootballshow.com. And then, of course, your text line at thefantasyfootballshow.com. I carry around my text phone. This is my personal phone. This is my text line. I carry it with me everywhere. Go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and order your text service. But I've already got a bunch of texts from people today saying, Smitty, you're right. A.J. Dillon was cut. Do I grab him? Well, first of all, I've already told you, watch out for A.J. Dillon getting cut and grab him. So the answer is, yes, Bob. I told you to grab him, Bob. If he gets cut, you grab him. Waller's getting cut, and if he gets cut, you grab him. And this might sound stupid and something you can't even fathom, but people are cutting Jamar Chase. They're cutting Jamar Chase. There are people out there, casuals, that say to themselves, whenever somebody's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks, I'd rather have a body on my roster than worry about holding a player that isn't going to play. There's some people that do that. Now, maybe those are more grandma leagues than veteran leagues. I get that. But when I got 4 messages today, Jamar Chase was cut, and I was even more shocked by, should I grab him? 3 of the 4 people said, should I grab him? One of them said, look at this, Smitty. I grabbed Jamar Chase off waivers. Can you believe it? 3 of them said, should I grab him? So that tells me that there's an opportunity, people. There's a real opportunity to fix some of your problems just by looking at the waiver wire. And any $20 super chats, by the way, get helped immediately. I throw those right to the front of the line. It's the way life works. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way life works. That is we got 2 more pieces of news, and then we're getting to the super chats. This right here, keep an eye on this, guys. I've been talking about Malik Willis for a while, and he's come in, I think, twice now, right? And not really taking over the job. We think, Malik Willis season on the text line. As soon as Malik Willis enters the game, it's, oh my God, is it Malik Willis season? Ankle, questionable to play. If Malik Willis gets a full preparation, even if it's like a day, or at least they're probably preparing for Malik Willis to play a little bit, right? They're probably preparing for traded Eckler for Tyreek and Walker. I like that. Tyreek and Walker. Nice job, Owen. Nice job. If they're preparing for him to play, he's going to come out and look a lot more effective. And this is against the Texans. So this would be a great game for Malik Willis. If you're in dire straits at quarterback, you may want to grab him and hold him in case this news goes, a certain way, and also be prepared for him anyway, just because, Malik Willis could take over at some point and be kind of a little cheat code because of his running ability. Willis getting first team reps, says Frake. So be very alert and vigilant and be preemptive on this. This will be one of the top waiver wire pickups for week number 9 if things unfold properly. And my people here at the Fantasy Football Show are ahead of the curve. They have the Rashad Whites and Khalil Herberts and Malik Willis's and Deshaun Watson, who is also available in an uncomfortable amount of leagues right now because he's still several weeks away from coming back and people don't want to hold him. They can't really put him on IR according to most IR settings in leagues. So if you're struggling at quarterback, you need to grab Deshaun Watson right now entering week number 8 and hold him because it's worth it if you're in dire straits at quarterback, and you need to grab Malik Willis now and hold him because he may even play week number 8. But if he doesn't, he's still a cheat code in some sense. And the people I think that have gotten a little taste of watching him on the field and he didn't really explode, they're just going to kind of doubt him. But he hasn't had preparation. He's getting some first team reps, like Frake said. So this could be one of those situations where he comes in and has a real good week number 8 against the Texans if he does play. Last piece of news right here. This is Adam Schefter, who reported these guys have been ruled out. So I just want to review the list. We have Dotson, we have Matt Ryan, Lattimore, Mike Thomas, Landry, David Andrews, as I mentioned earlier. Hubbard is out, so it's Deontay Foreman's game this week. And I don't want to say Deontay Foreman's season, but definitely a really good low-end running back to play this week with upside for a lot more than that. So get Foreman out there if you got him. James Conner ruled out, so let's go Eno Benjamin. Fire up Eno Benjamin where you need him. Cam Akers ruled out, like I mentioned earlier. Deebo Samuel ruled out. Alan Lazard ruled out. Those are your players that are ruled out as of this moment. Not doubtful and questionable guys. Those are players ruled out for Sunday, according to Adam Schefter. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, it is time for all of your super chats, and we will be breaking down your questions, and also we will be going to the marker board. We will be taking phone calls, and we'll be hitting the voice messages. In fact, I want to hit a few voice messages first. And thank you, Rock Out, for your... He's playing, that's actual live drum play. I appreciate your voice message, Rock Out. You're the man. You are the man, Rock Out. Okay, here's a voice message from Jim.
Hey, Smitty, what are your thoughts on Chris Godwin for the rest of the season? He's getting elite usage right now, and a lot of other people are saying he may be a good buy low target or a good person to go get. What do you think about Chris Godwin the rest of the season?
I don't mind him, but with the turmoil in Tampa, I'm not really about Tampa players right now. I don't buy them. If I've got them, if there are people out there that love them, that sounds like a good trade market for me. And the injury and compensation that usually follows with the ACL, bro. We're seeing it with J.K. Dobbins. We're seeing it with Gus the Bus. Gus the Bus has the hamstring injury, the strain, tear, whatever, due to the ACL. I fully believe it's totally correlated to the ACL recovery. And what have I told everybody all offseason long? Compensation injuries. James Robinson wouldn't shock me if he's next up to have a compensation injury, because Achilles tears, even more so than ACLs, usually lead to a lower body, specifically lower leg injury the first year back, because the body's not quite firing and functioning to the exact degree it was. And so you're doing different things. How many times have you guys pulled your calf and you're kind of running weird and you cause an ankle or foot issue? When your alignment's off on your vehicle and you're driving and driving crooked, you get all kinds of other issues with your brake pads wearing differently, your tires wearing differently, your suspension getting all screwed up. It's all about compensation. And so that's kind of what I have to say about when I look at like Godwin, for example, I'm kind of selling him before I'm truly buying into the situation and the fact that he hasn't had any setbacks yet with his ACL, and I'd be worried about it. So let's go to these super chats here, and let's start with Overcomes. Overcome said traded Boyd away for St. Brown.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's fantastic, my guy. That is fantastic. I love that move. Let's go Boyd, or St. Brown. I like Boyd. I like Boyd a lot. Boyd season's actually here. They're both going to do really well. 450 of you in here, only 134 thumbs up. So if you guys could subscribe if you're new, you found your new home, pitch your tent, make your claim, and subscribe and thumb up.
Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and wipe your feet at the door.
Okay, so next super chat, Deebo and Hendy for Stevenson and Juju. I'm worried about Deebo, and the thing is though, like, the time to trade Deebo was the last couple days when I've been saying trade Deebo, trade Deebo, trade Deebo, trade Deebo, trade Deebo, and now trading Deebo is a mistake unless you're getting something amazing back. And I kind of feel like Stevenson could be that amazing piece, but he might not be too. What if he and Harris are splitting touches in this week 8 outing, and then all of a sudden it's like Stevenson doesn't have his value yet, like kind of Khalil Herbert. We all thought, and for good reason, Khalil Herbert's season was underway at several points during the season, but then Monty kind of creeps back in. And I'm not saying that I'm not Devontae Adams for Sutton and Deebo. Which side wins? I want the Devontae Adams side, bro. Stop spamming it though, Gavin. You don't need to post it 1,000 times. I think I don't know. What does the chat think here? I think it's too much of a sell low. I think it's too much of a sell low. Can we get a vote on this? Would you rather have Deebo and Hendy? Hendy's also a part of this equation. Like Hendy by himself is able to compete with Stevenson for this week. So if I'm not saying I wouldn't rather have Stevenson, I would, but Hendy's gonna have a pretty decent day. So you can't make this decision based off this week because Hendy's actually going to be able to provide you flex type value. So I want to hear everybody else's thought. I think you're selling Deebo at the wrong time. You should have sold him last week, Zell. I appreciate you, and I don't want to make you feel bad for that. I'm just saying, like, I've been saying sell him for real. You may have been trying to, but now is not the time. Now is not the time. I block people who copy and paste. Don't block them. For my mods, don't block them. All they're doing is trying to get their question answered. And so for any mod that's in here, please don't block anybody or time them out. So don't, because these are people that are wanting to watch the show, and they're eager beavers in here. We don't block eager beavers on the show, okay? Like a hater, somebody trying to disrupt the chat, tear down the show, that's different. But if someone's in here asking repeated questions, just tell them to stop. They'll stop. They'll feel embarrassed about it, and they'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But like, we're not blocking them. This is somebody that loves the show. They love the show this much. They're in here. We're not blocking anybody. So I want my mods to make sure they're not doing that. Don't do that. I don't think my mods would do that, but I just want to make sure. And not even timeout. Just tell them not to. You know, if someone's being disruptive, not just annoying about it, but disruptive, then that's one thing to time them out. But we don't block people for loving the show so much that they're camped out in the chat, you know, on their keyboard going, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy. I love the show. I love the show. I love the show. I love the show. You're out of here. You love the show too much. You're gone. You're gone. Too much love. All right. Anyway, back to the super chats, baby. Racing Boy traded Herbert and Gabe Davis for Miles Sanders. Justin Herbert, Gabe Davis, and Miles Sanders for Josh Allen. That's a lot of talent to give up. I'd say, Racing Boy, if you've got the depth to do it, thank you, Dev, appreciate you. If you've got the depth to do it, bro, more power to you, because Josh Allen's already at his bye week. I hate giving up on Gabe Davis, who's had his bye, Miles Sanders, who's had his bye, Herbert's on a bye. That's a tough trade. I would say if you have the depth to do it, Josh Allen's the best player in the deal by far. But, Miles Sanders is good trade value. Gabe Davis is good trade value. But you know what? That's what you're doing. You're getting maybe the number one overall scorer in fantasy football going forward. So I'm okay with this. If you have the depth to do it, it's not destroying your lineup. I'm okay with it. It's a lot to pay, but I like it. I like Josh Allen, bro. I'm doing this all day if I can afford to do it all day. So I'm not mad at it. Knight wants to know, got a trade offer. My Walker for Swift. Would love to do it in full PPR, but scared of him being fragile. What do you think? This comes down to bye week and record. And I think that if you've got the ability to weather through the bye week, I'd rather have Walker. But I love both of them. I don't think you can go wrong here. Well, one of them is going to be the wrong choice because I don't think they tie in total points going forward. But I'm just saying, like, right now in this moment in time, there's no really wrong answer. They're both phenomenal. They're both top 4 to 7 overall capable. Lyndon joined the YouTube membership. Appreciate you. And if you guys want to join the YouTube exclusive membership as well, I'm going to drop that link right now in the chat and pin it. This link right here. If you want to join the $1.99 a month plan, go ahead and join by that link right there. I just pinned it in the live chat. It's also in the description if you're watching a replay of the show. But the $1.99 allows you to get the emojis and the access to me, where I only answer YouTube exclusive members. Everybody can watch Sunday morning's live stream. It's not restricted. You can watch it live. But I'm only going to answer questions with people with the green names, and those people are YouTube exclusive members. And if you get the $9.99 plan, you can downgrade and upgrade at any moment. It's all through YouTube, safe and secure, and you can downgrade any moment. So if you upgrade to the $9.99 plan or buy the $9.99 plan, you can do it for 1 month and then downgrade to the $1.99 or cancel, whatever you want to do. But the $9.99 gets you not only everything the $1.99 gets you, but it gets you the 2 Zoom calls where we jump on a Zoom call for 40 minutes twice on Sundays. Every Sunday at halftime of the morning games, at halftime of the Sunday night game, we jump on Zoom. You can have your camera off. You can have your mic off. You can just listen like it's a podcast and absorb the information. But we get on there and talk about who's doing well, buy low, sell highs, waiver wire guys, all that stuff. So go ahead and do that. Got a trade offer. Oh, so Walker, I don't know what you guys think, Walker or Swift. You can drop that in the chat. So appreciate you for voting on that one. But I'd say Walker if you can afford to have that bye week in the way. But I do like both of them. Move Chase for Olave. Yeah, yes. So I would. And I don't say that with like a smile on my face or with any kind of like race and do it, but yes, I take Olave. If you've got Chase, you've got a few options. So trading Chase. If you're trading Jamar Chase, there are a couple avenues I think that you can take that are pretty solid. Number one is to trade him for Higgins straight up. For some reason, it's like somebody wants to do this like 2 or 3 times out of 10, it seems. Just because they have the depth to do it. They have like a 5-2 record. This won't work for somebody that's 2 wins, 1 win, 0 wins. But if the owner of Higgins is 5-2 or 6-1, it's a very attractive move. So try and trade him straight up for Higgins. For some reason, it works more than you'd think. The next move would be to go find the 5+ win teams and see what wide receivers they have, like Gabe Davis and such. And so that leads me to Gabe Davis, Pittman potentially. These are decent moves for anybody that's looking for a specific wide receiver to swap 1 for 1. This move right here leads to this in some cases, but go to the 5+ win teams and try and see who's willing to take Chase. Because if I've got 5 or 6 wins, I want Chase. I'll trade a guy that I don't necessarily need. Keenan Allen is also another potential option, and then the last thing is is I would say, yeah, we'll put Olave in here too. Olave. Yeah, so let's just leave it at that. So Olave, Pittman, Gabe Davis, those are all guys that I would take straight up for Jamar Chase. And it is a good way, effective way to try and handle a solution and have a solution for this. So I've St. Brown and Higgins. Definitely would take Olave. It's a good way out. You know, it could backfire on you, but really I don't know if it'll backfire that much because Olave is really good, bro. Burrow, Higgins, Mostert for Jimmy G, Devontae Smith, and Barkley. If Jimmy G's your starter, this is something to contemplate, but for the most part, bro, I don't know that I can trade Barkley in this context. I feel like there's better quarterback options than Jimmy G. So this is deceptive to me because it's not Jimmy G as your starter. It can't be. You can't have left everything to that. There's no way he's your starter. So I don't really care about Jimmy G in this. He's not even a part of this trade. Higgins, Mostert, and Burrow for Devontae Smith and Parker. It's a lot of talent, bro. If you can't get any better quarterback at all, like if you're talking about literally it's Jimmy G and other quarterbacks, I think maybe I would contemplate it, but I feel like you should be getting more. I don't know. I know Higgins and Mostert's a lot, but I just can't. I'd rather figure out how to solve the quarterback situation. Like I said, Malik Willis is potentially out there. Watson might be out there, and then you just got to survive. Goff got dropped in a lot of leagues. You could figure it out. You put Goff into this, and then it's not even. I like the Barkley side more, so I find a different way. Romez, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
You've just been Smitty.
And I love Burrow. I still love Burrow. I'm disappointed, you know, that we don't have Chase in there for him. But it goes to show how much Barkley's worth. You need to get more. I have my wide receiver and flex spots open since Chase went down. Who do I start? Gallup, Renfro, or A.J. Dillon? I'd probably go with A.J. Dillon here. I feel like there might be better options on waivers. Definitely take a look. Or is there a free agent sleeper? Free agent sleepers, here's the waiver wire list for week number 8. Yep, your boy Smitty has it available at any moment. Any moment. This is week 8. Wide receivers, you got like Wan'Dale Robinson, Paris Campbell, Zay Jones, Marquise Goodwin. Those are guys. I'm gonna even take Jameson Williams off here because I don't want. He's probably not gonna be ready, guys. Maybe he'll be a guy we pick up later, but it's just he's not ready. There's talk about maybe he'll be back this year. So he's not ready. He's not gonna be ready. Same thing for Odell Beckham Jr. People picking up Odell. He's maybe coming back in mid-December. Maybe. So check your waiver wire, but if I had to pick, I'd roll the dice with A.J. Dillon. Even if he's been disappointing, those are disappointing prone options, all of them. They're not good options, you know. But I at least like the upside of a touchdown or so. Should I trade CMC and Prescott for Lamar Jackson and Jacobs? Lamar Jackson and Jacobs beat out CMC and Prescott, in my opinion. I think that Jacobs, you know, the drop from Jacobs to CMC, which might not even be a drop to some people. A lot of people might like Jacobs more. And you get Lamar. I like that. But I would shop Jacobs because he's got ultra high value. You know, I'm trying to get like a Walker. Give me Kenneth Walker. At the end of the day, you get Kenny Walker and Lamar. That'd be phenomenal. Ayuk or Ramondre half PPR this week. This is a toss-up, bro, because Ayuk's going to get used a ton. I think the Rams are going to dominate the Niners for the most part, but they're still going to be down and throwing the ball, right? So when's the deadline for the NFL deadline? It's Tuesday. I would probably say give me Ramondre, but I like Ayuk, and this could go either way, so trust your gut. I mean, Ayuk could very easily outscore him. Ramondre could very easily outscore Ayuk, so trust your gut on that. I've been playing fantasy football for 16 years, and I've consumed a lot of content, but Smitty is probably one of the most accurate I've come across. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
We've had some massive injuries hit the predictions, but I think that an astute person like Johnny understands that we can't predict ACL tears and It just upsets me. I want to hit that get Brees button so bad, but we're not hitting it until he's fully back and looking phenomenal. But hey, Johnny, I appreciate the kudos, and it's nice to hear. Appreciate you, my man. Christian, I forgot to mention I have Pollard, Etienne, and Chase. Should I trade CMC and Prescott for Lamar? Okay. Forgot to mention I have Pollard, Pollard, Etienne, and Chase. It doesn't really affect my decision, but thank you for letting me know, Christian. I appreciate you. You're Smitty approved. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. KB82. My wide receivers are hurt. Thoughts on Robbie Anderson? I have no thoughts. I mean, the moment I say that, this is the week he has a 70-yard touchdown. This guy's a field stretcher. I don't know. Maybe he gets more acclimated, bro, and he does well this week, but I'm just not going near him. There's got to be better options. Wandell. There's got to be better options, my guy. Check your waiver wire. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be acclimated enough, but all it takes is one catch for him. He is a field stretcher. Start 4, Barkley, Pierce, Walker, Swift, Pollard, Gibson. Probably going with Barkley, Walker, and Pierce, and you got to give Swift a little time in this scenario because those 3 guys above him are just monsters. I want Pollard out there. You've got a lot of trade power, bro. You could trade, and you probably should trade. I mean, it's nice to have the bye week support because Walker and Barkley both are going to go on a bye. Swift and Pierce have already had it. You're in good position to like rotate them out. I'm not saying to make a dumb trade, but if you can get like an Adams or a Diggs that are both bye week free and toss them on your roster using Swift, pretty smooth move if you ask me. And your team is looking good, bro. $10 hauler. $10 haulers get moonshots every time.
To the moon.
So to the moon you go. Let me just scan for any $20 super chats. $20 super chats get shoved to the front of the line immediately. So I just want to make sure you guys aren't dropping those. Okay, we're good to go. $10 hauler from Swizz. Swizz says, I traded Hurts, Goddard, and Dalvin for Devontae, Amon-Ra, Connor, Watson. If anybody thinks I missed their super chat, I haven't. I'm coming up on it. Master, you're next. Steve's is next. Marco's next. Then Fitzy. After Fitzy, it's Fitz, then TP, and then Bowling, and then Fremp. So hang tight. I'm coming for you. And then I'll read off who's next after that. Maybe that'll help some of you if I let you know who's on the docket. I traded Hurts and Goddard and Dalvin for Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Connor, and Watson. I traded Goddard and Dalvin for Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Connor, Watson. So I hate trading Hurts, but Goddard, Dalvin, Devontae Adams. So look, Watson's going to come back and probably be pretty productive. He looked rusty the last time we saw him on the field in the preseason game, obviously, but that was just his first time back, and I think he'll probably play pretty well. But there is concern that maybe there's more stuff that gets brought up on him. We'll have to see. It's possible, but I think maybe the NFL delays doing anything, and then they address it in the offseason again if something does pop up. But we'll see. I think Adams and Amon-Ra and Watson is too good a value to pass up, I think. Then again, it's like bye week free for Hurts and Goddard, and just what are you going to do without Watson? Maybe you tell me in here. Lineup is Fields, Swift, Mostert, Adams, Amon-Ra. Okay, so you're acquiring. Oh no, you traded Hurts. Okay. I mean, I don't mind it, bro. I don't mind it. If I had to pick a side, it's really hard for me to not like the bye week free Amon-Ra and Devontae. But at the same time, Cook is bye week free, Hurts is bye week free, Goddard's bye week free, and I don't know. I just worry about Dalvin Cook, so I'm okay with what you got. Watson hopefully comes back and does well. Look at Malik Willis just in case. And I'm going to Smitty approve that. I think it could go either way. You didn't smash him. You didn't get him. You're not getting the got him button pushed. But it's definitely like a deal I could see working out for you. Consistent quarterback play is hard to give up, though. I think you're gonna learn that. each week and be stressed out about it. But it's like when you have a Jalen Hurts, it's so nice. Everybody knows it's so nice to run a quarterback out there every week like that. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Mahomes. Is it DeAndre season? It is DeAndre Swift season, Master. It's time, bro. It's time. To the moon.
To the moon.
DeAndre. To the moon goes your roster. Master, you're going to be the master of your domain on Sunday watching DeAndre Swift rip off, hopefully like a 70-yard touchdown. Be braced for a little bit of an ease back in. Maybe he doesn't get more than 12 carries or 15 carries or something like that. He's not going to get 20. But hopefully he's efficient as can be. Hopefully he catches a touchdown pass or something like that. Get this man an open field. Let him rip off a big, long run to the end zone. Let him go house 2 or 3 times on Sunday, please. That's all we ask of the fantasy football heavens. Allow the man DeAndre Swift to eat on Sunday is the only thing we're asking, right? And let our players stay healthy. No more injuries, please. Sutton, Pollard for amon-ra and Gordon. I don't care about Gordon. Don't really care too much about Sutton, to be honest with you. I mean, he's definitely somebody I'd pick up and then try and trade him. But Pollard for give me amon-ra all day long. All day. Thank you, Steve, for your super chat, my man. Marcos, should I trade Kyler and Robinson? Which Robinson is that? Is that Wan'Dale Robinson, Marcos? Is it James Robinson? Is it Brian Robinson? Is it Z Robinson, B Robinson, K Robinson, L Robinson, Mr. Robinson? I don't know. I can't even really assess this question, Marco. I'm going to hold you in contempt. I'll sit you right here and wait for you to give me clarification. But it is really hard to know that, kind sir. Swift top 3 this week. I mean, Brett, maybe let's temper expectations a little bit, you know, so that he's coming back. Yeah, Bijan Robinson, definitely love that Kyler trade if that's the rookie, the preemptive rookie. Let's see if Marcos is going to come in here and let us know what's up. What time is it, Marcos? Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I appreciate your super chat, by the way. But I'm waiting for Marcos. I don't see Marcos responding. I'm going to have to look back and see. 455 of you in, 470 of you in here. Only 183 thumbs up. Can we get some thumb up action going on here? Just a little bit of thumb up action. I'd appreciate it. All right, Marco, I got to move on, my guy. I'm going to take a guess here. I'm trying to wait for you, but I'll take a guess here. I don't see his response. I think we gave him enough time. All right, I'm moving on. If it's Kyler and Brian Robinson, I'd rather have JT. I'd rather have JT no matter what Robinson it is, to be honest with you. Kyler, yeah, give me JT. You got Allen QB1. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Why am I waiting for it? Why am I waiting for it? Every single Robinson, it doesn't matter. That's right. You got Allen as QB1. I guess my question is, why are you holding on to Kyler this long, Marco? Marcos, why are you holding on to Kyler this long? That's ridiculous. You should have traded him a while ago, but that's a fantastic move, bro. Maybe you held on to him because you got the right deal right now. And maybe blessing in disguise, you held on to him. I like that, bro. We got a $20 hauler. $20 hauler from Deet. Deet, appreciate you.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Deet, dropping the fire. Traded Kamara and Sutton for Pollard and Olave. Kamara and Sutton for Pollard and Olave. My team is Josh Allen, Chase Pickens. I don't know if I love that move. I love it for this week because I love Pollard, but we don't know what Pollard is going to be all year. We're hopeful, right? But we don't know. So part of me is like, I mean, Kamara's, it's not that I like Kamara so much that I don't want to trade him, but I feel like Kamara commands more than that. I feel like he's so low. As far as your team, Josh Allen, Pickens, Stevenson, ETN. You're 6-1. I appreciate you, Deet. I appreciate the kind words. Your advice has been everything, bro. I appreciate you, Deet. I think this trade could work out for you, but Pollard's got to land, bro. He can't just be a good week 8 play. He's got to be like, he's got to grab like a big chunk of the starting carries going forward. I mean, you took a big risk banking on Pollard over Kamara. And I like Olave a lot, but I just don't know that I love this trade. But Josh Allen, Chase, Pickens, Stevenson, I know you needed a wide receiver. Stevenson and ETN leaves you a little light at running back, but I love both of them. I do. I would try and trade Jamar Chase using the ideas that we came up with on the board here. Straight up for Higgins, go to the 5+ win teams. You are one of them, so you could hang on to him. So Gabe Davis, Pittman, Olave. So if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at it 2 different ways. You're 6-1, you can coast into the playoffs. Yeah, maybe you hang on to Chase. Maybe same advice I'm giving here. You are one of those 5+ win teams. So Josh Allen, Chase comes back, Stevenson, ETN. Yeah, I waited out, bro. Wait for Chase to come back. Don't divide and conquer. I don't trade Stevenson. I don't trade ETN. I don't trade Olave now that you got him. Hopefully Pollard blows up for you, becomes a league winner for you. But I think your team was better and more dangerous with Kamara and Chase coming back. But I changed my mind. I don't want you to trade Jamar Chase because you can wait. You can wait. You're a playoff team already. Congrats on that 6-1 record, bro. That's absolutely phenomenal that you're 6-1 right now. There aren't a lot of 6-1 teams, bro. They come across here, I would say 1 out of every 15 or 20 super chats, bro. Maybe less frequency than that. 6-1 is tough. You know, there's usually one 6-1 team in a division maximum right now. It's like you look at a division or even a entire league, and there's very few 6-1 teams. So give yourself a round of applause for that. Nice job. Appreciate
the moon.
That. Thank you very much, my guy. Okay, this question from Fitz. Do I trade Jamar, Mixon, and Pickens for Olave and ETN? Yes, you smash that and take a lap for waiting. Hopefully he didn't take that trade offer off the board while you're waiting, bro. Do I trade Jamar, Mixon, and Pickens for ETN and Olave? Because I'm trading Jamar for Olave, and I'm taking ETN over Mixon. Yeah. What's your record? Lost 4 guys to injury. I mean, am I wrong on that, guys? Am I wrong on that? Would you take ETN and Olave over Jamar and Mixon? I'm right, correct? Can we get a vote on that one in the chat? I just want to make sure I told the man to take a lap for not accepting it. I hope I'm correct on that one. It feels right. It feels right, but I don't know. I know I'm high on ETN. 2 teams 6-1 in the same division in your league. That's good. Nice job. Look at all the 6-1 people in the chat. Appreciate you. But just saying, you get enough people to super chat, you're gonna get 1 or 2 out of every 20 that are 6-1. Fitzy says he took a lap. Hold on, Fitzy. Let's see. Olave side. Yep. I'll take Olave and ETN. ETN and Olave. Pearson, B-Rob for JT. I'd rather have JT, bro. Smitty live again. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Olave side. It's all Olave side, bro. Yeah, go ahead and do it. 10 team, 0.5. Kyler, Mixon, Ramondre, B-Rob, Singletary, White, Pacheco, Cup, Tyreek, Gabe Davis, Godwin. Thoughts on going with Jay Herbert and Swift. Thoughts on going after Jay Herbert and Swift. Yeah, I mean, if they're on the same team, you could potentially offer Kyler and eat the bye week. And Kyler, you're going to have a bye week anyway, but eat the bye week and take Herbert, and then you get Swift, and then you trade Mixon maybe. Or Ramondre, preferably, I guess. I like Ramondre could be better than Mixon, so it's tough, but I'd probably count on Mixon more than Ramondre. Or if you could trade B-Rob, I would sell him high. B-Rob or Godwin. Godwin and Kyler for Herbert and Swift would be really good. I'd rather sell B-Rob, but then next Godwin. and then Ramondre, because I kind of like Ramondre right now. Fitz, appreciate you, my guy. $10 hauler.
To the moon.
Always gets a moon shot. Appreciate you, TP31. I sent this offer the other day. I passed on offering JJ Dillon for JT and Gabe Davis. I too would rather have JT and Gabe Davis. Or no, you passed on offering JJ. I would rather have JT and Gabe Davis, to be honest with you. JJ and Dillon's good, and if Dillon was in the starting lineup, it'd be different. But he's not right now, so I like Dillon. Make sure he's not cut. Pick him up if he gets cut, but I'd rather have JT and Gabe Davis. Too scared. Jones gets moved. Yeah, I get that. But you have, you could do the spec game all you want. But I mean, Gabe Davis, like, here's the question, bro. If let's say worst case scenario, Aaron Jones gets moved and Dillon becomes the running back 1, what's Aaron Jones been doing? I'm not saying it can't be a league winner move. I'm talking about it all the time, but I'm just saying worst case scenario, you got Gabe Davis, who's already very good, going against a guy Dillon that's in an offense that's struggling, that I think he could be a top 10, 12 running back play going forward if Dillon's the lone starter in Green Bay and Aaron Jones gets traded. But Gabe Davis could still compete with him. So you got to ask yourself, in a worst case scenario, you have JT going up against JJ. Either one could outscore the other. You got Gabe Davis going against a starting AJ Dillon in a worst case scenario for you if you made the trade. And that's arguable. And then in a best case scenario, the trade doesn't happen and you got JT and Gabe Davis. So that's my thinking, is like the worst case scenario, you're upset about it, but you're still scoring like as much, bro, or have the upside too. Like maybe it flips in the other person's direction if that trade happens, but it's not by much, and it's probably worth not trying to predict that kind of thing. I sent this offer the other day. I passed on offering JJ Dillon. Oh, I just read that one. And I think there's a strong chance, not a 100% lock, but a strong chance we see a big player like Aaron Jones moved. But will it be Aaron Jones? There's no lock for it, but I would definitely start grabbing your Dillon shares on the cheap. If you don't own Dillon, and don't give him away or cut him if you own him, but this isn't giving him away. This is a good trade. But injuries killing me, 4-3. Some trade options are Kelsey for Swift and Olave. I would take Swift and Olave in a heartbeat for Kelsey. Or Kamara for Boyd and Aaron Jones. I'd probably take Kamara for that, but I'd much rather have Swift and Olave. And I wouldn't wait on that regardless of record. I would do that trade just because it betters my team no matter what my status is. So go get that Olave trade done. Long sleeve Skywalker shirts, just checking. Let me write this down. Long sleeve Skywalker shirts. Let's see here. Long sleeve. And you guys are wanting like the t-shirt long sleeve, not like, I mean, because we have hoodie Skywalker hoodies, but you want the long sleeve shirts. Okay. The demand for this is, I mean, I think there's only 2 of you that are repeating it, but the demand seems really, really high on these long sleeve Skywalker shirts. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm sleeping on them. Flex Foreman or Eno Benjamin, both are getting full volume. Both are pretty good plays. They're both low-end running back 2s with upside for more. I probably lean Eno, but I guess Foreman's safer. Eno's higher risk of disappointing, and they roll Ingram out there. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you go Foreman because there's no competition, because Ingram could get run. Benjamin and Ingram could split. I like Benjamin a lot, though. Can I get something from the chat, please? Can I get a vote from the chat? Johnny Lawrence is quitting fantasy football. Johnny, don't do it. Is it Eno or is it Foreman this week? Can we get a vote for Sean, please? Michael K, CPA, in the building. Michael K.
To the moon.
I'm going to wreck Smitty in the Michael K CPA league this week. Attaboy. That's the attitude I want. Thank you, Michael K CPA. Appreciate you. Let's look at the Cooper Cup League. and get a Cooper Cup League update. Who's number one? Who's first in the Cooper Cup League? Let's see here. Cooper Cup 2022 league standings. Well, would you look at this? You know what's crazy? 49er Faithful Lee. I forget if this was. Let's see here. I don't even know if I checked my lineup last week in this league, by the way. All right, here we go. James Hurd is in first place. It's a total point league, the Cooper Cup League. Fighting for the what are we doing? Is this the Tyreek helmet, turbo helmet that we're giving away in this one? James Hurd is in first place with 920 points so far. 49er Faithful Lee, K-Key, Brian MC, Fantasy Dog, Joel, Call Saul, Blackbeard, 4, Byron, Kenny Powers, Scooby, Derek Lincoln. Look at this. You guys are all close too. I mean, when you're within 100 points, you could do that. You can make that up in 2 weeks. Your boy Smitty's down there a little bit. This is a league where I auto-drafted Mahomes and Burrow back-to-back. It's all about you guys, not me. But look at this. Hoovie, Mealy, Oat Smasher, BTC, Okafor, Silver Rapture, Brady. Silver was up there for a while. What's my team look like in this league? Did I lose? What did I lose? Brees? I lost somebody. Let's see, I need to set my lineup. AJ Brown, Hopkins. Ooh, man, I got some wide receivers in this one. Freiermuth, I got KC on a bye. I lost Brees Hall. That's brutal. Well, I got Michael Carter. I got Tony Pollard stepping up. But that's brutal. Michael Carter. I got Joseph Burrow. I got St. Brown. I got Hopkins. I got AJ Brown. I got Ayuk. I got to only start 3 of those guys. I'm going to put Ayuk on the bench. I'm going to go AJ Brown, Hopkins, and St. Brown. I'm going to go Tony Pollard and Najee Harris. I lost Brees Hall. Got Burrow and Mahomes. It's a pretty good team, though. I think if I didn't lose Brees Hall, I would have come back. I would have come back strong and won this bad boy. I'm telling you, that team's pretty strong. My wide receivers were coming on strong. Good job, everybody. Appreciate you. I want to know if I'm beating you, says D-Class. Well, there you go. Smitty, is there a way to see our redrafts in Underdog with you? I don't know how. I don't think. I mean, you could go through each one of yours and see which one I'm in. So you go to like live and then best ball or something like that, or I don't know. But you can just check the teams that are in your league. Anyone still holding Pitts? Yeah, I am. I'm putting them on my bench, Pyram. I'm putting them on my bench. I'm not cutting them. I mean, there's certain scenarios where I could see somebody needing to cut them. Oh, thanks for your help. I've transformed my team into a monster. Hurts, Diggs, Tyreek, Amon-Ra, Walker, ETN, Schultz, Knox, Gabe Davis. This is an absolute monster, bro. Congratulations, my guy.
To the moon.
Phenomenal team. Congrats. And you're welcome, man. You did it. You did it, bro. You just absorbed the information, but you did it. Tua or Cousins this week? Probably Tua. Tua's got a good matchup in a likely high scoring affair this week. I'm going with Tua. Smitty whiteboard, $10
to the moon.
Caller from my guy MJ. MJ wants a whiteboard therapy session. Let's go real quick. Okay. So MJ, Smitty, I'm 6-1 and I have Jamar. Thinking of trading Mahomes for Herbert and St. Brown. So Mahomes for Herbert and St. Brown. This is what I talk about. This is the move you got to make if you need to make a move. You're 6-1. You can afford the bye week. Current lineup is Danny Dimes, Mahomes, CD, Godwin, Henry, J-Rob, Hunt, Eno, JK, Kyron. Yeah, you probably need to do a divide and conquer move anyway. So you'd have I like this move. I Smitty approve it because you got to make a move. If your team was on fire and you were 6-1, I'd say stand pat. Don't trade Mahomes. I think that St. Brown's worth this. I'd try and get a little more if you could, though, honestly, because Mahomes is that good. But your team would be this. Your team would be Herbert, Henry, CD, Godwin, and St. Brown as your core. And I think that's pretty good. I think that team at least stands a shot once Herbert gets back to form. You're 6-1. You could afford maybe the loss. That's not bad. I'd prefer you get an extra player, though, because I think Mahomes, he's the top quarterback, I think, to trade. And so he's a little different than like a Hurts. A Hurts, you would do that for Hurts. For Mahomes, I feel like maybe you get a little bit more. So I'm going to caution you to get a little bit more than St. Brown and Herbert. $20 hauler by Link, who's jumping straight to the front of the line. Link, my guy. Link, appreciate you. $20 hauler.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah. Link says, Smitty, I'm not crazy, right? QBs are Geno, Russ, Ellinger. I'm dropping Russ to grab Gibson for wide receiver upgrade or running back depth. You're not crazy. Russell Wilson's crazy. It appears. And I say that with concern. Guy's off his rocker, and I think his team feels that way too. The guy's weird. Russell Wilson's weird. Doing high knees on the plane. They said an 8-hour flight. Is it really an 8-hour flight? Did he really fly? Maybe it was an 8-hour flight. I don't know. But he was high kneeing and watching film, and the watching film part's cool. But high knees, somersaults, push-ups, whatever. This dude's going down the aisle doing lunges and high knees, and people are trying to sleep on the plane. And it's just, he's weird. He's weird. He's a weird individual. And it worries me. I don't think he's got the capacity to lead a team of men down the field and score touchdowns on the regular. I just don't know. Maybe he bounces back. But yeah, I'd take Gibby. And you can flip Gibby pretty easily. I think he's a flippable player if you couple Gibby with another player. He seems to be a decent throw-in. And people are struggling at running back. They're willing to take a chance. 0.5 PPR. Thank you, Link. 0.5 PPR, 2 and 5. Would you trade Mixon, Swift for Sanders? No. Oh, Mixon or Swift. I'd still say no. First of all, Swift, no way, bro. No way. Absolutely. I like Sanders and what he's doing, and you could argue Sanders for Mixon. You could argue that. I'm taking Mixon. Chases down. Give me Mixon over Sanders, but if you own Sanders, he's a good sell high candidate. Clearly, people are interested in those conversations, but definitely not interested myself at that cost of entry. Trade Herbert and Gabe Davis for Josh Allen and St. Brown. Okay, I don't even understand, Big Crit, how you're going to pull this off. Herbert's lesser than Josh Allen by a significant amount right now. And St. Brown's better than Gabe Davis by a significant amount. So you're basically asking this person. You're basically sending this person, and I'm not complaining, Big Crick. Big Big Crit. Big Crit. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is you're sending him this offer.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more. You know how many words I say? I fumble around a little bit, I'm talking for 6 hours straight here and there, and I'm more surprised the wrong thing doesn't come out of my mouth more often. Big Crit. crit. That's a hard thing to say. You're putting me in a vulnerable spot, bro, with that username. Like, come on. Where did we get that name? Bro, Big Crit. Oh, man. Well, we did it. Okay, Big Crit. Good luck pulling that off. There's just no way you're getting that deal done. We got a $20 hauler from Suin.
To the moon.
Whoa, wrong button. Let's go, mashed potatoes. All right. Yep, Big Crit. He's a rapper? I don't know that. I'm too old for that, bro. I don't know who's a good musician anymore and what's going on in the world. I'm here playing a game called Fantasy Football. Yeah. We're doing it live. Let's see. This question, need lineup suggestion for this week. PPR league, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Running back, JT, Walker, Mixon, Kamara, Pollard. Wide receiver, Diggs, Amon-Ra, D-Hop, and Higgins. Look, it's anatomy, guys. It's anatomy. There's nothing wrong with some of the words being used. It's anatomy. We do anatomy on the show all the time. We've got models for it. Not a big deal. We're all adults here, okay? We're all adults here. Let's be professional about it. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. I mean, all I said was a part of the anatomy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's natural, okay? 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Focus. JT, Walker, Mixon. So there's your 2 running backs and 1 flex potentially. Let's go to the wide receivers. Maybe, okay, JT and Walker are your 2 RBs. Your 2 wide receivers are Amon-Ra and Diggs. Your 1 flex and 1 flex is going to be, Mixon, Hopkins, or Higgins. I don't know, bro. Like, you can make a nice little trade here if you wanted to. I'd probably go with Higgins over Mixon personally, but that's me. What would you guys decide to do here? You guys are still laughing about that. Can I get a vote, please? Can I get a vote on this one? Would you rather start Mixon, Higgins, or Hopkins in your flex spot? PPR. Let's roll. Let's roll. Thank you for your super chat. Oh, man. Where are we at? Payne. Need 1. Sammy Watkins. Allen Robinson. Elijah Moore. Oh, these are not good options. I suppose I maybe go Allen Robinson in this one, or Sammy Watkins, I guess. But either way, bro, I'd probably go A-Rob. This is my favorite. This is my first year with you, broski. My league trade deadline is 11:30. Will you have content on who to target for best playoff performances? Probably, Payne. I don't lean on record quite as much, or record as schedule quite as much as other people, because I feel like there's so many different scenarios. Like if you were planning on facing the Niners 2 weeks ago, you would have looked at a trade and said, oh, they play the Niners here, they play it, and then you would have based, a lot of that on. And look at the Niners now. You can shred the Niners apart. So I don't always feel like, unless you're talking about like Tampa Bay Buccaneer rushing defense or something, I don't always feel like the matchups concern me that much. Now, when a matchup looks completely unbelievably good, then I kind of factor that in too, or very, very bad. But like stuff in the middle, like he's got the 10th toughest rushing, situation. And on top of that, a lot of these running backs are, every running back now is a PPR and up the gut runner nowadays. So like if it's a tough rushing defense, who cares? Then you're going to get a guy like ETN to shred him, through catching football. So it's like, I will probably do some of that. Yeah. I definitely do the buy low, sell high each week. And I think in that episode, you're going to hear me talk about some of those tidbits and stuff. So all those nuggets will be delivered to you in the buy low, sell high video. So appreciate you with your super chat, my guy, and definitely expect to see some of that stuff sprinkled into the buy low, sell high videos for sure, if not an entire video on it. I took Keenan Allen for Chase today. Look, I'm okay with anybody making a move like that when they got to make a move like that. You got to make it, you got to make it. If you're 6-1, you don't need to make it. If you're 6-1 or 5-2, you can wait on Jamar Chase. But if you've got 3 wins, even 4 wins or 2 wins especially, you got to make moves, man. And Keenan Allen is back. Maybe he gets hurt again. We don't know, but he's back right now. So you didn't make a horrible move because you replaced a guy that's out for probably 4 to 6 weeks and could have a threat of being out for the year. We don't know how it's going to shake out. Should I trade Lockett for Olave? Only if you like winning. Only if you like winning, bro. If you like winning, I'd make that trade right now. If you don't like winning, sit back and hold your Lockett shares. But Lockett should have a good week. DK's injured. But Olave's on another level, bro. Like, go punch that trade and do it live. 6-1 first place and 5-2 third. Hold Chase? Yes. Yes, hero. Unless the right deal comes knocking on your door. Like, I'd maybe still contemplate a Gabe Davis, to be honest with you. Because I think Gabe Davis is going to be fire. And I think that he gives you so much value no matter what. And what if Chase is out for the year downstream? Like, you know, you got to take a good offer like that. Full PPR records, 3 and 4. Prescott, Watson, Hopkins, Lamb, Cooper, Samuel, Judy, Jacobs, Fournette, Sanders, Zeke, D. Cook. 400 people in the live stream, only 227 thumbs up. Punch that thumb up button and subscribe if you're new, because we're getting to about 16.4K. We could, by the end of the show, if all you that are in here subscribe that haven't yet, because
Hit that subscribe button if you're new and wipe your feet at the door.
so many of you watching right now, for some reason, just pull up the show by typing in the name and you're not subscribed. You're not getting the notifications. You're not taking advantage of that. It helps me a ton if you subscribe. You actually subscribe to the channel. We got 16,376 subscribers right now. And if I think a lot of you watching right now just hit that subscribe button, we jumped to 16.4K on this show, and we're growing fast and rapidly. Hit that thumb up button. That also helps. Also comment. I got to go through all the comments on the last video. I vow to you to try my best each week to answer 90% of all the questions asked on my most recent video that drops or gets put on YouTube. So the most recent video that's up, whenever it's up, I vow to try my best to get to 90% of the comments within the first 24 hours. I can't go back days and days later, but I will definitely try my best. Thank you for subscribing. We're seeing a couple of them come in right now. Appreciate you. Full Prescott, Hopkins, Lamb, Cooper, Samuel, Judy, Jacobs, Fournette, Sanders, Zeke, Cook, Hunt. Trade advice, thanks. Probably, bro, I'm saying the best move for you, Hopkins, Lamb, Sanders. Trade Fournette, trade Sanders, trade Zeke, trade Dalvin Cook. Keep Jacobs, or you sell them high. Those are all potential trade pieces for me. I'm not married to any one of these individuals on your roster. I don't feel like you have to keep Lamb. You have to keep Hopkins. There's nobody here that is like, don't trade them. Don't trade them. They're going to go. Like, these are all, and this isn't to say it's a bad team, Jaime. It's to say that you have a lot of sell high potential guys that could continue to do well, but you could also sell them. Now, I probably keep Lamb unless you could sell them high. I probably get rid of Fournette and Zeke together, if you can even do that. Judy and Fournette, Sanders and Fournette, Amari Cooper and Fournette, Sanders and Amari Cooper, and I'm just looking for moves. Catch somebody sleeping on ETN, on Kenneth Walker, Fournette and Sanders for Gabe Davis and ETN. I'm trying to get Judy upgraded into Higgins using Zeke. I'm trying to trade Dalvin Cook into Kenny Walker and getting a Gabe Davis in return, or a Pittman in return, because somebody thinks Dalvin Cook is better than that, and he's not. I'm taking ETN for Dalvin Cook and getting an AJ Brown or anything like that. I'm doing combinations of all those trades to try and get those RBs. Aaron Jones over Fournette and get something in return with Aaron Jones. Gabe Davis, Pittman, Higgins, all good targets in combinations when you're trying to try and do as many, either 2 players for 1 upgrade, or turn a Fournette, or turn a potential Sanders into a, let's see here, Dalvin Cook into 2 players, turn Sanders in like a Zeke, or Sanders in a Judy, or Sanders in a Cooper, or Fournette and a Cooper, just for a little bit of an upgrade. And what you got to do is find players that are equal to the other owner, or you're giving them a slight upgrade, and you're seeing the value in the player. JT would be phenomenal to get right now if you could couple Fournette and maybe I would trade Fournette and Sanders for JT. I would trade Dalvin Cook and Zeke and Cooper, all 3 for JT. Those would be things that I'd be looking to do with the squad. Thank you, Jaime, for the super chat. Nicholas, 3 and 4, Burrow, Walker, ETN, Chase, Amon-Ra, DK, Pickens, Everett, B-Rob, White, lost Javonte, Self, Chase, 4, Higgins, straight up. That's what we've been talking about here. We got it on the board. Oh, I erased it. Oh, wow. I erased it. Yeah, Higgins straight up. Higgins straight up. You're 3 and 4. You need to do it. You can't wait on Jamar Chase. It's definitely one of the avenues to take to get out of that situation. Traded Deebo for ETN and a 2023 first and a 24 first. That's what you call selling high on Deebo. Absolutely smashed it, bro. You're the first got him of the day.
Got him.
King 25 code 428. Dispatch Vito Popo. Popo has been dispatched. King 25 out.
The crazy part is that I would take ETN straight up for Deebo. You got first rounders on top of that. It's absolutely insane, bro. Just working them over. Smitty is a beast. Keep grinding. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you. You're a beast. Jason with a super chat. Jason's 2 and 5 and traded Herbert and Godwin for Hurts and Mike Williams. Herbert and Godwin for Hurts and Mike Williams. Even though Mike is out, I like it. Look, Hurts is bye week free. Herbert's going on a bye. You're 2 and 5. You had to do it. Also, do I trade Saquon for Mixon and Amon-Ra? I wish you could get another. I wish you could get. You have Etienne and Walker, which is amazing. I wish you could get like Etienne and Amon-Ra, bro. Oh, Mixon's not bad, but what do you guys think? Mixon and Amon-Ra or Barkley? Can we get a vote for Jason? Jason, monitor the chat. We're gonna get groupthink on that last part. Appreciate you, James, and I'll weigh in after we see the votes come in. Pick 3: Jacobs, Ramondre, Swift, Etienne, and Walker. You can't sit Jacobs right now. You can't sit Etienne. You can't sit Walker. You unfortunately have to sit Ramondre and Swift. And I hate to tell you that, and it could backfire. And know that you got to make a trade. You're gonna get that wrong 6 out of 10 times, bro. Smitty 3 and 4 and need a dub for the playoff hopes. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. 3 and 4, 16 team. Ooh, 16 team. 0.5 PPR. Need a flex. What are we doing here? McCringleberry. Hold on a second. McCringleberry. Hold on. Let me look up a McCringleberry. 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 Not found. McCringleberry. Not found. Unable to find them. Not sure what we're doing there. Kelsey and Walker. I'd probably say I'm going Kelsey. You can't sit Kelsey, bro. But I don't know. Like how you able to How can you not start Walker and Kelsey? There's just no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. I'll go Kringleberry. Smitty, I'm 5-2. Should I try to trade Chase? At 5-2, we're talking about holding him, bro. We're talking about holding him. Kelsey and Walker, or Saquon and Pittman and Everett. Kelsey, Walker, or Saquon, Pittman, Everett. Give me Kelsey and Walker, bro. That's easy. 5-2, I'd hold Chase, bro. But I mean, entertain offers. Like if someone comes to you and gives you like Gabe Davis and Pittman or something like that, like of course you're gonna take it, but you definitely have to be careful not to overlook a good trade offer coming in. Kelsey and Walker. I'm in a 4-way tie for third place. 0.5 PPR. Guy wants to trade me Aaron Jones for Deebo. I'm not taking Deebo right now. I'd rather have Aaron Jones. Deebo's injured. I'm not doing it. Deebo's not playing. He's injured, and his situation's gotten massively downgraded with CMC on board, bro. Hold Chase with a good record, says Andrew. We're taking calls in a minute. The OG Smitty here. Deebo hurt. About to be traded. 6-1. Trade Chase and Higgins to Burrow owner for Kupp and Judy. Chase and Higgins to Burrow owner for Kupp and Judy. I would take Kupp. I hate to say it, but I'd take Kupp. You know, some of it comes down to your record. You're 6-1. You can kind of wait, but at the same time, Kupp is fire, bro. If you can flip Judy into a Pittman somehow using a bench piece, then you end up walking away with Kupp and Pittman for Chase and Higgins. That's even better. So don't actively shop Judy. Don't sit on that. Have Diggs, Sutton, Tony too. Think Chase is going to IR after the trade deadline. It's tough to say. It's not a bad idea to sell for Gabe Davis before it's too late. And if worst case scenario, Chase comes back and you misjudged it, and Chase comes back and he's only out 4 games, you got Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is still really good. I got Burrow, Swift, ETN, Chase, St. Brown, Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Pitts, and also lost Breece Hall and Javonte, and I've dropped Walker for Pitts in week 4. No, you didn't, Franny. Why would you drop Walker? I'm sorry, Franny. I got it. You know I got to do it. I only beat a dead horse on Walker all off season long. League winner, biggest league winner, gotta get him. Why wouldn't you hold him on my word, Franny? On my word. I got Burrow, Swift, ETN, Chase, Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Pitts, also lost Breece Hall, full PPR. You still got good players, Chase, St. Brown. You got hit hard with injury. Swift and ETN are phenomenal. I would look to trade Chase for a Gabe Davis or something. I think it's worth doing it. Oh, Franny. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Campbell, Peoples, Jones start over Monty and B-Rob. Probably Peoples Jones is okay, but I'd probably start Monty or B-Rob. And between the two, Monty's may be safer. B-Rob's higher risk, higher reward, but definitely higher risk. And Monty's like not going to blow the roof off, but like he's steady for like 10 points maybe. Heavy at wide receiver, and I have Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and CD. CMC is my running back 1, Mostert my running back 2. I've been offered Pierce for Adams. I want Adams over Pierce, but I love both of them, but I'm not trading Adams. Adams is a monster. And he's bye week free. He is looking at potentially, a questionable tag still walking into the game because he's got flu-like symptoms. So keep an eye on that. But I like Pierce a lot, but I'm not trading Adams. And they both have their bye out of the way, so that's kind of even there. But Eckler, Boyd, or T Higgins, Eckler or Boyd, or T. Okay, Boyd or T. Okay. So let's just pick T. Higgins because he's better than Boyd. Eckler and T. Higgins for Walker, Waddle, Chase. I would definitely trade Eckler and Boyd for Walker, Waddle, Chase. but I don't know that I'm wanting to trade the T. Higgins one. So I definitely like the idea of that because I like Walker that much. Smitty, respectfully take a lap. Thank you. Appreciate you. Jordan. So Smitty, I got a trade offer for my Justin Herbert for Mike Williams. I want to trade away Herbie, but what could I get for him? Obviously better than the guy that's out. Herbert for Higgins, Aaron Jones, ETN. I mean, you're not going to get ETN, but try. Gabe Davis is a player I love acquiring right now. Looking at my thefantasyfootballshow.com rankings, I could come up with a couple names like maybe Ramondre Stevenson, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, Olave. I said Aaron Jones already. Mixon. I mean, DeAndre Swift, and you give up more. I think your best bet is to give up more and trade him for like an ETN, or give up more and go get a bigger name player like A.J. Brown. I think if you just add a little more, you can make that offer a little bit better for you versus doing a 1-for-1. Get creative and send something bigger that direction. Travis, still trade CD plus B-Rob for Andrews, even with the injury. So I'm a little more concerned him coming down in that shoulder, bro, in the game. So I probably would say CD's a little safer right now. I hate to say that because I want you to get Andrews, but if you did it, I wouldn't be like too worried or get too upset about it because I think he will be very, very solid. But there is some risk involved, and CD's probably a bit safer for right now. $10 hauler. I mean, injuries change some things, so yeah. Mahomes on a bye, and I need to pick a streamer. Would you go with Danny Dimes or Goff? Go with Goff. Goff's got St. Brown back. He's got Swift back. He's ready to rumble, bro. Put Goff in there. He's not a monster, but he's, like a mini monster this week maybe. Which side of this trade would you want? Henry, CD, Deebo, and Kirk, or Dalvin, St. Brown, Hopkins, and Cooper? Henry, CD, Deebo, and Kirk, or St. Brown. I mean, the Deebo side, even the Deebo out. I mean, you got Henry, CD, and Kirk versus Cook, St. Brown, and Hopkins. I mean, you throw Deebo in as like a free piece of this, and then you can maybe trade him. So the Deebo side for me. And that says a lot, because it says a lot about the other players because Deebo's out. I had a super chat before. Thanks, Smitty. Nicholas, I think I got to you, bro. Walker or Pollard? Full PPR, I need points, man. Walker or Pollard? I'm going to think long and hard on this and say... Okay, so maybe not take a lap because Pollard could outscore him. Like, Pollard could outscore him this week. He could. Pollard's that good of a play. But we're not sitting Walker, man. We can't sit Walker. Walker's your running back 1 or 2. Pollard's your like flex monster, bro. So this conversation needs to be had about another player in your lineup, not Walker. Let's take somebody else out, not Walker. Let's put Walker in and not go near that conversation. This is a top 5 running back. There's got to be another player on the roster you can talk about Pollard replacing. 0-7, lost by under 5 every game. QB Gino, running backs JT, Harris, Eno, White, Dillon. The dude looks upset. Wide receivers are Kupp, Olave, Hollywood, Devontae Smith, Pickens, and Andrews at tight end. You got a pretty decent squad. It's pretty balanced out. You got JT, Kupp. JT's been under delivering. Andrews has been injured. QB, you probably lost somebody like Lance or something like that, I imagine. So, divide and conquer time, my guy. 0-7. I don't. Here, let me get you the promo code real quick. Here's the promo code. Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. My guy gets you up to $100 bonus match on your first deposit. And, looking at that squad, I just have to give you that promo code, my guy. Go check it out. Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. Play in a Week 8 contest, the dude, and get some excitement back in your life. Past that, I don't know what to do, bro. You're 0-7. It's pretty much over. Go play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. But trade Kupp and try and divide and conquer. Just don't give someone Cup and have them win the championship on your trade. Like, make sure you're getting something special. But that's a rough go. Also, Chris, make sure you're doing multiple leagues so that you salvage, your fantasy season if you get hit with that, decimated with an injury. But your team's actually pretty decent. You shouldn't be 0-7. That's just bad luck. Smitty, I need help on 3 and 4 PPR. Team Josh Allen, Dak, wide receiver JJ, Deebo, Lazard, Judy, Odell, running backs are Eckler, Najee, Gus Edwards, Gibson, Kittle, stressing with Deebo. Yeah, Deebo's rough. JJ, Deebo, Eckler, Najee, Josh Allen. Your team is really good. The problem is you're 3 and 4. So you might have to look into trading JJ into a St. Brown and Swift, a ETN and St. Brown, a Walker and Gabe Davis, or preferably an AJ Brown and Walker. You need to get on the horn with the Swift, the ETN, and the Walker owner and see if you can do a 2-for-1. Get on the horn with the St. Brown and the Gabe Davis. And Gabe Davis affords you a much better running back if you do go after Gabe Davis as the anchor of your 2 players you're acquiring for your 1. But I don't know that you could sustain and hold out. Maybe you wait on Deebo. Najee. Maybe you get Najee involved too. I don't know. What if you traded like JJ and Najee for like Walker and Diggs or something? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That would be probably where I'd take that. Ray subscribed to it. We got 16. We're almost at 16.4K. Keep them some subscriptions coming in. File on in. All right, let's get to the phone lines. Phone lines are opening as we speak. And we'll get to your phone calls. Let's play a couple more voicemails.
Yeah, Smitty. What's your thoughts on Tony Pollard rest of season if Zeke is out? You think Pollard is going to go to the moon? Most definitely. By the way, this is Terry Roberts.
This is Terry. I had no idea, Terry. Appreciate you, Terry. No, we knew it was you. Pollard season for week 8. Past that, it's a guessing game. If he explodes in week 8, then that's a higher likelihood that the team doesn't just give Zeke Elliott like 50% of the work back. And, they have a bye week after that. And so then you're looking at a potential where Zeke Elliott comes in and gets, rested from the bye week. So I think that the Cowboys have a week 9 bye, right? Let me just look it up. Elliott, make sure. Zeke Elliott, I believe it's a week 9 bye. So it'll be Pollard season for 1 week and then the bye week. Yeah, week 9 bye for the Cowboys. So that's bad. Bad bye week placement for us because we wanted Pollard to have multiple games. So if Pollard explodes, there's a higher likelihood of him coming in and blowing up. I'm 2 and 5. My team is Kamara, Austin Eckler, ETN, Waddle, Brandon Ayuk, Brandon Cooks, TJ Hawkinson, and Keenan Allen, Gibson, Aaron Rodgers, and Cousins. You're 2 and 5. Kamara, Austin Eckler is fantastic. ETN's fantastic. Waddle. I like your team. Try and take Kamara, turn him into. See what the Walker owner has and see if they'd even consider Kamara an upgrade. Walker and something for Kamara. Walker and Gabe Davis would be unbelievable. Eckler for Walker and a wide receiver like AJ Brown would be unbelievable. Ayuk should have a good game. Maybe you trade him after this week. Yeah, those are the things I'm thinking of, man. Go attack those and see if you can get those deals done. And then you're 2 and 5. I got Higgins, Boyd, Pollard. Trade them. It depends what you can get. I mean, of course, I'd entertain trades, but Higgins has got good sell value right now. But what are you going to go get? Higgins and Pollard for, can you get an ETN? Can you get a Walker? Can you rob somebody blind like that? Sure. Try packaging them together and shoot for the moon. AJ Brown using Boyd and Pollard, maybe. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
What's up, Smitty? This is Payne.
What's up, Payne? What's up?
Quick question. B-Rob or Monty for flex? Struggling this week, bro.
B Rob or Monty?
For the flex.
I'd probably say, man, that's a tough one.
I know.
Let me look up a couple things here. So B Rob had good carries last week, right? He had but he just had horrible efficiency.
He had 20 for 73.
Yeah, 20 carries is a bowl.
And two
receptions,
targets for 2 catches.
That's 20 carries is a boatload, but he averaged 3.7 yards a carry. He's going to get against the Colts this week. Montgomery.
And it's getting bigger. He had 17 the week before.
Yeah, that's
and 20 the last week.
I mean, that's pretty good. But Monty had 15 carries. He had a touchdown. He was 4.1 yards a carry. He goes up against the Dallas Cowboys, though. I'm going to go with B-Rob this week. Give me
that. And that's who I had in, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take B-Rob because I feel like that's just a little bit safer.
Right. And how do you feel about picking up? Because I have Andrews, but how do you feel about picking up Likely just for a week?
I think you should already have Likely.
Or 2.
I think you should already have Likely.
Bro.
He's a handcuff. It's not about a week.
Yeah, you should just press the button.
Hold on there, State Fair Jack. All right, put yourself on mute. Look, this is why you've got the nickname State Fair Jack. The first thing you come in, bro, like last night, we're gonna call you Laundromat Jack and State Fair Jack. You come in with all this background noise every single time, Jack. Every single time you call in, it's like a circus in the background. So hang tight there, State Fair Jack. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Payne.
Yeah. So I didn't pick up Likely, and I'm echoing. I don't know if I'm echoing on your end, but
no, you're fine. It's probably blame it on State Fair Jack.
Okay, cool. Yeah, State Fair Jack. Laundromat Jack.
Yeah, maybe his Laundromat's better. Laundromat Jack. We'll rename him Laundromat. Okay, go ahead. What was your question?
So my question is, I didn't pick up Likely just because I don't know. Like I have Tanyan and I was kind of riding it out, and I have a bunch of my roster's so full, bro. And the problem is I had Mahomes at a bye week, so I had to pick up a QB, and so I didn't pick up Likely. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we could dance around this. We could dance around all this all day. Like, no offense, but the backstory is not really.
Right.
Grab him,
right.
Cuff him. He needs to be cuffed all year. He's got the shoulder. We don't know what kind of. So it's not a matter of 1 or 2 weeks. Go get him, cuff him. He's going to be hard to get. He's going to be one of the top waiver wire guys of the week. He's ultra talented. They love him on the team. And if he's got to start games, he's a fantastic top 5 tight end play. So go get him. Put everything you got on him. And what other question you got, Payne?
I guess that's it. My question was, who should I drop?
Okay, who do you got?
Potentially get him. On the bench, I have Kyron Williams in my IR, and I have Kadarius Toney, Keenan Allen, Lazard, and then Wan'Dale Robinson and B-Rob. Those are all the potential.
I guess Lazard. I don't care. He's not even playing, so Lazard.
So, okay. All right, cool.
All right, man. Call back. Call back if you got another one. We got to go over to the fairgrounds now and answer Laundromat Jack's question. All right, later. Appreciate you.
Sounds good, bro. Appreciate it. Yep, later.
Laundry, you're up.
Can we do a petition for a different nickname?
Well, you're either Laundromat Jack or State Fair Jack, but we don't get to decide what our nickname is. Our nickname comes to us and calls out to us.
As long as it's out of love.
You what?
As long as it's out of love.
Of course it is, bro. Like, everyone loves you. They're dropping turkey leg emojis like you're at the state fair. They love it. I mean, you're famous.
You're famous, Smitty. I love you. All right.
It's
so
always
I got
out
a
of
question
love.
for you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I turned Saquon, Pittman, Everett, and Boyd and Watson.
Saquon Pittman.
And I turned. Yeah.
Okay.
Saquon Pittman, Everett, Boyd, and Watson.
Okay.
And I turned them into Lamar, Kelsey, and Walker.
Watson.
In a
Kelsey, Lamar, and what?
Walker.
Wow. How'd you do that?
Do you like that trade?
Of course we do. How did you do that? Did you rob
I
someone
traded
blind
Lamar
at the fair?
For Boyd and Watson with someone who already had a quarterback. So I traded him Boyd because he needed wide receiver help, and Watson, and I sold him on the playoffs for Watson for Lamar now because he was struggling. And then I did Kelsey and Walker for Saquon, Pittman, and Everett because they needed running back and wide receiver help.
Yeah. Wow. Nice job, bro. Nice job.
Also, what do you think about Higgins, Kadarius Toney, and Wan'Dale Robinson for Diggs?
Higgins, Kadarius Toney, and Wan'Dale for Diggs. I think you're robbing someone blind again. I think the reason you're so good at these trades is you're used to all these games at the state fair, bro, where like they're impossible to win and like you overcome adversity. You've got a lot of experience with that.
I'm never calling again.
Then what do you like better, laundromat Jack or the state fair Jack?
Can we get like 6-pack Jack? Like I got some abs, you know. Does that work?
No, you don't get you want 6-pack Jack. Look, people love you. You don't call in. You're leaving people, wanting more, bro. Okay. So.
Well, I love you, and you leave me wanting more every time, Smitty.
Yeah,
so
thank you, Laundry.
I just appreciate that I can be a quality caller.
You are a quality caller, and we like you just the way you are. Okay. We just got to decide. Can I get a vote from the chat group? We want it to be Laundromat Jack or State Fair Jack. What are we doing?
As long as it's not Simple Jack, because that's my least favorite one. Because I'm actually kind of dumb.
Don't try that reverse psychology on me. I got a psych degree, Laundry. Don't try and reverse psychology on me. Just don't do the 6-pack Jack. Just don't do. Just whatever you do. We got Laundromat. We've got Laundromat. We got a lot of soap emojis. If I'm allowed to be here, even though I don't play fantasy football, says Jared. Laundry.
I don't like Pyrom. He's saying Simple Jack is even better. He knows it's better. But I don't.
It's because you want it to be Simple Jack. That's why you said it. State Fair Jack.
I don't want that.
I don't know. Laundry.
Simple Jack looks like me.
You know what?
If I didn't have a straight T.
I think, bro, you got to just keep both nicknames. I think that both nicknames are fire. We don't mind calling you both. So you're so important. You got two.
Can we agree on National Fair Jack?
No.
So I'm not like State Fair.
No, State Fair, bro.
State Fair is rude, bro.
I know, but the sounds in the background are rude. That's why you got the nickname. Do you think we're just throwing a random nickname at you? It sounds like you're at a laundromat when you call. As soon as I answer.
National Fair is louder. A National Fair is louder than a State Fair. So can we at least give me a National Fair title?
No, because it's like we heard in the background, like, "Hey, Mama, get the chicken nuggets, Mama." There's like a laundry thing going in the background. All right, bro. We're out of here. Later. Appreciate you.
Love you, Smitty.
State Fair Jack. The dude's trying to get out of his nickname. Give me a break. JT or Lave in the flex. Give me JT, bro. Come on, Zach. No, Zach. His guy wants National Fair. He wants like Six Flags, Jack. Can I upgrade the State Fair to Six Flags, please? Can I be Kings Island, Jack? What's up, Aiden?
Hey, what's going on, Smitty?
Not much. What can we do for you?
Listen, man. I lost Jamar Chase and I lost Breece Hall in the same week. But I'm 6-1. I made a couple trades, and I still got Jamar Chase on my roster. I want you to let me know if there's anything else you think I should do, any moves I should make.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right. Daniel Jones, Devontae Adams.
Actually, let me write it down. Hold on.
Amon-Ra.
Daniel Jones, okay.
Devontae Adams. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
Tony Pollard. DeAndre Swift, Taysom Hill, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Algier, Trevor Lawrence, Khalil Herbert, Dalton Schultz.
All right.
Jamar Chase, and Chuba Hubbard.
Okay. So question is, you just want to know if there are any trades?
Yeah, I super chatted you earlier. I'm wondering if I should trade Jamar Chase. I traded him in another league for Amon-Ra, and that team was 3-4.
That's a good
but this
move.
one's 6-1, so I got some leeway here.
That's a great move, bro. This one's 6-1.
This one I already have Amon-Ra. So.
This is 6-1.
This is 6-1 first place.
What quarterbacks are available on waivers, bro? That's not a very good quarterback to have, I think, going forward. He's okay from week to week, depending on matchup, but...
Right. Well, I took your advice the other night. I traded Hurts for Kenneth Walker because I lost Breece Hall.
Okay.
The other quarterbacks... Yeah, go ahead.
Is Watson out there?
He might be. Let's check right now.
I mean, you got to do that right now.
I believe so. Yeah, he is available.
Yeah.
So who would you drop?
Actually, I forgot you had T-Law. T-Law is not too bad, but he'll help you from this point to when Watson comes back. I don't mind T-Law. I would drop Chuba Hubbard, who's out this week anyway, and pick up Watson. You got to have Watson, man. Watson in this lineup does numbers for you. Does wonders for you. And I think because you have Walker, because you have Swift, because you have Amon-Ra, because you have Adams, because you're 6-1, I probably hang on to Chase in general. But if somebody comes to you, bro, and gives you Higgins, or I'd even consider Gabe Davis potentially.
Is that a championship-winning team to you?
Yeah. I mean, if Chase comes back, it's definitely a championship-winning team. If Chase doesn't come back, you can crawl across the finish line. And when I say crawl, I just mean it's going to be a battle, and you could win first overall for sure. So, like, even without Chase, you could crawl across and win. Like, you could just one game at a time, still win it. But if you trade Chase for a St. Brown type, and the guys that come to mind for that would probably be... you might even go to the Deebo Samuel owner and just say, let's swap our risky players, but Higgins, Olave, Gabe Davis, Hopkins, and then that's kind of like the end of the road. You could even consider like a DK and something, because DK is questionable this week. That means he might be back, in a week or two, but those are the good. Olave seems to work pretty well for people, and that's a good wide receiver to have.
Olave, yeah. I lost Breece Hall and traded him for DeAndre Swift and Chris Olave on my other team.
Nice, man.
That's my 5-2 team. I won't read the whole thing off, but 5-2 main receivers are Jefferson and Olave, running back Pearson, Swift, as well as Pollard. Do you consider trading Chase on that team?
Yeah, I'd trade Chase on any team. It just depends on what the offer is. Am I willing to hold them more and not like seek out a deal like aggressively? If I'm 6-1, yeah, of course I'd be more willing to wait.
Right. Do you think there's any possibility that he comes back in like 2 weeks and maybe just balls out?
We gotta monitor the injured reserve announcement, because once he's on injured reserve, he's out 4 weeks, and if that announcement comes next week, he's out 4 weeks from next week. It doesn't happen. It doesn't like retroactively happen. So it looks like here, this is new. Jamar Chase, Bengals wide receiver, hip won't be placed on injured reserve. Will not be placed on injured reserve. So that's very very good news. They're saying he has a hairline hip fracture or torn labrum. An injury that comes with a 4 to 6 week timetable. Not going on IR suggests the Bengals think Chase can return before then. So that's a big indication for people when someone's not put on an IR, and out the 4 weeks, that the team is hopeful that it won't be 4 weeks. So here's the thing: is you're hearing a lot of people throw around 4 to 6 weeks. You hear a lot of people say things about high ankle sprains, like high ankle sprain, he's done for 6 weeks. Like those are casuals that say that. You don't know the severity. So when you have like a hip fracture or a broken bone, sometimes like broken foot, it could be a small bone on the top of the foot. Like there's so many different things that you need to dive into before you can make an actual determination. So when everybody wants to say it's 4 to 6 weeks, it's this. We don't know the severity level of the said injury. Like there are different grades and there's different severity levels. Like a grade is a wide range, like it could be barely a grade 2 or a grade 1 or a grade, like we don't know when we're talking about injuries what the extent is to that. Like a lot of times, like with the Liz Frank injury with Najee Harris, like we don't know. By the sounds of it, it sounds like he had symptoms of a Liz Frank injury that was developing. It wasn't that he had a full-blown Liz Frank injury. He couldn't have. So, like, I feel like we got to be careful with this, to overreact, but we also have to be careful to not pass up a really good trade opportunity like Olave. Olave is a really good trade opportunity for somebody that is needing wins right now. But this is great. I mean, this is great news. Not putting him on injured reserve. They could come back and say, never mind, he's going on injured reserve too, though. This could be a bad report. We don't really know. We don't really know what's what right now.
So how panicked?
All right, last question, Aiden, and then I got to jump.
Yeah, no worries. All I was gonna ask is like, how hard are you trying to sell in? How panicked are you about these?
It depends on my record. I'm 6-1. I'm not panicked. Would I take Olave on a 6-1 team? Probably still would. Because even 4 weeks.
You probably would.
Yeah, even 4 weeks of Olave is amazing. So, I like Olave. Olave's fantastic. Would I take Gabe Davis? Probably still very much consider it, but at 6-1, I'm more apt to say, I'm going to hold back. I'm going to hold back and see if Chase can come back.
What about 5-2?
I mean, still potential hold. It just depends, man, how you're feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is good news. This news right here is better than it was 20 minutes ago. All right, bro.
Yeah, that's a good report.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah. Okay. We got a surprise special guest back. We got Laundromat Jack back. State Fair Jack.
No, God damn it,
Hey,
Smitty.
not. You can't swear. There you go. You're gone. You're gone. You keep it clean for the monetization. I had to hang up on Laundromat with his filthy laundry mouth, coming in here, dropping the laundry language, just filthy language on my show. This is not a family show, but we all have families, Laundromat. And we got to keep it as clean as possible for the monetization, okay? I have Amon-Ra, Diggs, and Boyd. I need running back help. Who can I get? I have Amon-Ra, Diggs, and Boyd. I'd probably trade Diggs before I trade Amon-Ra. You can call back Laundry, but you got to keep your foul language inside the laundry receptacle, okay? Amon-Ra and Diggs. I'd probably trade Diggs because you can get more for him. You already have Amon-Ra, but you could get like an Amon-Ra and a nice player for Diggs. So Diggs I'm selling for like A.J. Brown and ETN. It's very, very, very possible to get that kind of return on your investment there with Diggs. Amon-Ra, people want to wait and see, so I'm holding him. What's up? You're live on the show.
Smitty, I got a quick question, man.
What's up?
If you can grab anybody off the waiver wire that's a possible trade candidate, who would it be, man?
Waiver wire possible. If I could grab anybody off the waiver wire, you're going to have to tell me who's on waivers, bro. Because I don't know.
I mean, like who, if like a Madison, like if there's somebody who might possibly get traded before the deadline, like is there a must stash player on the waiver wire? Yeah, I mean,
look, I'll show you the waiver wire list, and I don't know your waiver wire, so I can't tell you all these guys are available. But of this list, and Gus Edwards has already played, obviously, and he got hurt. So why don't we take him off and put him down here? But Deonta Foreman is now starting. Michael Carter is now getting good amount of work. Khalil Herbert, Rashad White, and Isaiah Pacheco are the must-grab stashes. Those are the must-grab stashes. Deshaun Watson, if you need a quarterback, he's going to be available after 11 weeks of being out. He's a must-get. Go get Isaiah Likely if he's available.
Okay.
But it's hard to know on your waiver wire, bro. Like you'd have to give me names. But look at Rashad White, Khalil Herbert, and Isaiah Pacheco. Those are must-grab players.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man.
I got one more quick question.
All right.
I have Malik Willis. I'm on waiver wire. I know Tannehill's dealing with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
But I grab him just in case you pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it all show. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Malik Willis is a fantastic hold right now. He's getting first-team reps in practice. Tannehill's injured. He's a cheat code at quarterback. He runs the football a lot. Yeah, he's good, bro. All right, bro. Appreciate you. Later. All right, Laundromat, you're back. Laundromat, let's try this one more time.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Smitty.
You sound very, very calm and cool and collected.
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Laundry. What can we do for you?
I'm wondering if we can start a poll in the chat because I'm seeing a lot of disrespect in regards to my nickname.
Let's just let it go. Let's just let everybody. The reason is you're not embracing it. You're like pushing back on it. Your nickname's your nickname. You can't get rid of a nickname. Your nickname is.
It's just sounding very disrespectful.
It's made in.
It's give two options.
It's made out of love, but you're turning it into a disrespectful event.
I don't think it's made out of love.
It was, bro. You had a lot of noise in your
They're
back.
calling me State Fair Flapjack. How is that love?
It was, but you're pushing back on it and creating a problem. Like, you had a lot of background noise, so we called you State Fair Jack, Laundromat Jack. You should have just been like, yeah, man. When I call, man, there's a lot going on in the background, but instead you're upset about it. You're trying to manhandle your nickname, and you can't do that. You can't. And the pushback. And look, let me make something clear. Everybody, stop disrespecting Laundromat Jack in the chat. I want you to
No,
give
I don't
him.
want to be pitied. I just want a fair nickname. That's all.
It is okay. Listen, last time we're going over this. It's your nickname, bro. It is what it is. Like, we're not. You can't ask for your nickname. Enough. I'm tired of discussing that. But what I will do is tell the chat, you guys be respectful of Jack and allow him to feel love with his nickname. Not a bunch of
Smitty, you think you telling chat that is going to change
Yes,
anything?
I think it will. It will. Believe me, it will. Because I'll have my moderators put people in timeout if they disrespect you. How's that? Okay,
No,
so
I believe in freedom of speech.
okay, so then what are we talking about here?
I just want to give my case for a better nickname.
Okay, we love you, Laundry. Relax, Jack. People are State Fair Jack, clean laundry. Dude, embrace it. Like you're a big part of a big show right now, bro. Like you're complaining. You're complaining when you're a focal point of about a whole hour of my content, and you're in here nitpicking about how you want this and want that. You're gonna look back on this moment if we just say forget Laundromat Jack, we're not gonna even talk about him anymore. Like, what are you gonna do then, bro? You're gonna go to another show where they don't give you. I'm
still gonna love your show and watch you and support you every day.
Okay, so let's just let it go. Nothing but support in the chat, please. Don't disrespect them or call them names. Okay?
No, I'm really not. I'm
not
really not
roll.
like sad about it.
Okay, enough. State Fair, what can we do for you? You got another question?
I really didn't have a question. That was really it.
Okay. Everybody loves you.
Right, but I love you, Smitty.
Everybody
Love
loves
you,
you, pal. So just take it well, and it's going to be an amazing nickname for you.
No, I know.
You don't want
Thank you, Smitty, for everything you do.
Yeah,
You
all right,
gotta
man.
go. Love you, man.
I appreciate it, pal. Later. Good God. Hey. What's up? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Smitty, it's Corzin.
Yeah, turn that down just a little bit in the background if you could. What can I do for you, Corzin?
Hey, I just had some questions on my team. I had Breece Hall, Jamar Chase go down, and my running back's looking really weak. I was wondering if we could use the whiteboard.
Yeah. Guys, again, be very nice to Jack, please, in the chat.
I want a cool nickname. I'm jealous.
I know, dude. The dude's got, honestly, Laundromat Jack is one of the cooler nicknames I feel like we've ever given anybody. You know, or State Fair Jack.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the coolest nicknames you could have. Yeah, someone said we could call you Karen. Like, dude's got a cool nickname and he's complaining about it. He wants Six Pack Jack. All right.
That's the thing. You don't choose your nickname. It's given to you.
I mean, dude, I would, if I were him, I would embrace that. Laundromat Jack, you out of your mind? That's such a cool nickname. Everyone's gonna remember you.
Yeah. Now every time he comes into the show, he's gonna be like, "Hey,
he's vaulted above pretty much every.
Next week when I call in, they're gonna be like, "Who's this guy?" Because I don't have a nickname.
He vaulted up above almost everybody in the chat in terms of like recognition. Like you can't forget it. Okay, hit me with your team.
All right, so I'm 7-0 so far.
Nice.
I've got Joe Burrow, DeAndre Swift, Eno Benjamin, Diggs, Olave, Waller, Darrell Henderson, and then on my bench I've got Pacheco, White, Jamal Williams, Jamar Chase, Mike Williams, and Njoku.
Okay.
And then on my IR, I've got Kyron Williams.
All right. So what's the question?
So my RB2 and flex are really weak. I've had Jeff Wilson been carrying me and Jamal Williams through my first 7 wins. And now that CMC is on the 49ers, Jeff Wilson is irrelevant, and Swift's back, which I'm happy about. And then what really hurt me is Chase going out and Mike Williams going out. Now I'm starting Darrell Henderson in my flex, and Eno Benjamin, I got lucky with James Conner getting out. Is there a move that I can make with Diggs or even Waller to improve my flex or my running back, my RB2?
Yeah, guys, again, make sure you guys are nice to him in the chat. I'm watching. Okay, so someone said here comes the promo code. He's not getting the promo code. Dude's 7-0. And he's got Jamar Chase. Now, Jamar Chase news, I don't know if you saw the Jamar Chase news, but it was actually good news that I just read off. According to the score reports that the Bengals are not putting him on IR. So
yes.
Yeah. So that's good news for you. But you have Diggs, Olave, and Jamar Chase. I mean, that's a really good wide receiver room. You've got Burrow and Swift. This is really good. Eno's going to be good for now. Just in the nick of time, this guy's coming in to help you. Hendy's going to help you just in the nick of time right now. If I'm you, I'd probably try and trade. I would try and trade Jamar Chase and Hendy together for like an ETN, bro. And
Jamar Chase and who? Sorry.
And Hendy for ETN.
Okay.
I would try and trade.
All right.
I would try, if you couple Hendy, use a little psychology here. If you couple Hendy with Jamar and with the news, and you tell this owner too, if you're able to communicate, not just send a blind offer, that this news came out, they're not putting him on IR. I feel like somebody that needs something would potentially take this gamble. But you might be able to step into an ETN. You might be able to step into a Walker somehow. If you can't do that, probably wait on Chase. If you can't trade Chase for 7-0, you can wait on him. 7-0, you can wait on him. Hendy and potentially keep Jamal. Don't drop Jamal. Hendy and I wonder what you could get for Olave and Hendy. I wonder if you could go get a big name wide receiver, because Hendy's starting now. He's the Kyron may jump in there and become the starter. You have both of them, so that's good. You've protected yourself very well. Jamal and Swift, Hendy and Kyron. I like what you're doing. I would look to explore Olave and Hendy for like one wide receiver, and I'm thinking like Saint,
like amon-ra or Deebo?
St. Brown. Deebo is interesting for like Hendy. I don't know that I'd give Olave and Hendy for Deebo, to be honest with you. I think Olave is really, really solid. I'm talking about St. Brown bye week out of the way, Adams bye week out of the way. If you're able to get Hendy and Olave, or turn Hendy and Olave into Adams, this team's fire, bro. And I think...
Yeah, I agree.
I think, you're going to be a little bit rolling the dice with your running back, too. But I kind of feel like Eno's going to be involved all year. Even if Connor comes back, I think they want Eno involved. So you might be okay there. Maybe Rachaad White steps up in the nick of time. Pacheco might ball out for you. You might get really lucky with your running back too. But I'm not afraid to go kind of crazy with one of my spots and fill it with bye week guys and such. And then if I can upgrade into an Adams, because Swift, Adams, Diggs, Burrow, and Chase comes back, you're gonna be good to go.
Yes. Another question I had, I agree. I was glad you brought all those up. Is Darren Waller? I'm not trusting him. It's every week. That's why I picked up David Njoku, and then now he's hurt, and kind of don't want to start Waller this week. Do I drop somebody and pick up Irv Smith this week, or even Mike Gesicki, or do I ride it out with Waller?
If he's playing, I play him. If he's not playing, look for Taysom Hill on waivers. Kyle Pitts can be dropped at times.
I just feel like every time he's played, he's just lackluster. He's not trying as hard. It seems like one of those players that now that he got paid, he doesn't want to play.
I don't think that's it. I think he's just been banged up. Banged up.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Alrighty.
Yeah, don't freak out or anything. I mean, your sell highs, you could always try and sell Diggs for St. Brown and a player. I'd go the ETN owner, see if you can do any kind of ETN and somebody for Diggs just to see. But past that, stand pat. Yeah, look for Likely. Isaiah Likely, says Pyram. Make sure Likely isn't available. If he is, you need to grab him. Won't help you this week, but all right, man.
Sweet.
Call back.
Okay.
You got another one later.
Yep. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, he could maybe package Olave and Hendy. Not easy trades to pull off, but let's get these super chats out of the way here. Super chats. Michael, 2 QB, Herbert, Kamara, Gibson for Goff, Walker, and ETN. Herbert, Kamara, Gibson. Give me Walker and ETN and Goff all day long. All day long, bro. That's simple. That's light work right there. Wenzel says Boyd over Pittman this week. Probably this week, but Ellinger, if Ellinger makes Pittman a thing again, it's gonna be fun to watch. Would you take Ramondre or D Cook? I'd rather have Dalvin Cook. I'm trading Dalvin Cook on the high, but you're giving me a choice between those two. Of course, I'm going to take Dalvin Cook, but I'm definitely selling him. Skywalker and Brandon Cooks for Diggs. I would take. Depends if you need a running back or you need a wide receiver. Diggs has more value, so you should be getting more than Cooks back. Although if Cooks gets traded, that could be pretty good for you. But I'd probably rather have. I want Walker. I just want more. If that answers your question, you just deserve more. You deserve more. Fair market value commands more. 2 and 5, 2 trades made that gave new roster: Lamar, Swift, Jones, CD, Pittman, Kirk, Carter, Samuel, Dobbs, Taysom, Hurts, Gordon. Any moves? Swift and Aaron Jones. It's good. It's really good. CD, Pittman, solid. Kirk is solid. Lamar. I would explore. You don't really have a lot of sell high candidates, bro. You gotta ride it out. You gotta let CD gain a little more value. You can maybe trade Lamar. If you could get a St. Brown and a Brady for Lamar, I'd probably do it and just roll the dice, or a quarterback a little bit below. Try Herbert. You're 2 and 5 though. Well, that's okay. You're 2 and 5. If you get a bye week free wide receiver like St. Brown and Herbert for Lamar, that might be the move to make for you. Because then you go in with St. Brown, Swift, CD, Aaron Jones, Pittman, Kirk, and it's a much more balanced team. I think you might need one move, Andrew. Go see what the Herbert owner has and look at it that way. If you can get a bye week free player that plays now, then it doesn't hurt you as much to lose the quarterback spot. Although he's already played, so this would have to execute next week anyway. So yeah, you'd actually be able to wait on her. That's fine. You could get Herbert bye week free next week because Lamar's already played. Drop London for Palmer, Boyd. I'd rather Boyd. I mean, drop London for Boyd, but I'd try and keep London. Do you have another drop? Tony rest of season, TBA, man. I'm not super ultra excited about Kadarius Toney this season. That could change, but you never know. Smitty, what are you being for Halloween? I am going to be a space monster, maybe. Maybe I'll be a space monster. Appreciate your super chat. 5-2. It was a mock. Smitty got my team rolling. Attaboy, Eduardo. Appreciate you, Eduardo, for the super chat. Smitty, how do I call in? The phone number is usually on screen, Nicholas. I pull it down when I need to go through super chats where I've got like 5 calls in queue. Taysom or Waller, I'm going to go with Taysom this week, but Waller definitely, I wouldn't leave on waivers or anything, and I hope he does bounce back. Laundromat Jack needs a button. Maybe we do have a lot. I don't know if he embraces it and stops like trying to run from it. Jose, should I trade Aaron Jones for Chase? No, I'd rather have Aaron Jones with the circumstances that we're looking at right now, even with the upgraded circumstances of potentially Jamar not being placed on IR. So that's great news that he's been taken off IR. Okay, 2 more phone calls. Dial into the show, and then your boy Smitty's going to call it here at 2 hours and 40 minutes or 2 hours and 45 minutes into the show. Hit me with your questions. Dial in. 2 more callers. Let's roll. Super chat here from Ben. Ben says, Josh Allen, Monty, Deontay, or Herbert, JT, Godwin. Josh Allen, Monty, Deontay. Give me Herbert, JT, and Godwin, Ben. That's an easy one. Okay, I got two of you on the line. Let's go with Steven first. Steven, you're live on the show.
Hey, Smitty. I was wondering if I could run through my team with you real quick.
Very quickly, Steven. Let's go.
Okay, sure thing. I have Burrow as my quarterback. My running backs are Chubb, Swift, and Etienne. My wide receivers are Kupp, Waddle, and T. Higgins. And then my tight end is Everett.
How many people in this grandma league here?
No, it's a bunch of my friends. I just made a couple good trades along the way.
How many of your friends are in this league? 4?
No, it's a 12-team 2-flex PPR.
12 team, 11 corpse league. Okay. What can I do for you other than pat you on the back and let you flex on my show?
So yesterday we had a talk about maybe going to acquire Andrews for Everett, Connor, and then whatever else. The Andrews owner, he's not trying to give me Andrews because he feels like I'll just win the league with it. So he's not really giving that up. So I was wondering if you had any other ideas.
You have Everett as your tight end, you said?
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to destroy anything that you got here. I like that you're trading Connor and Everett, your bench players, for a tight end. Would I go after like a... I don't know. I mean,
can I give you my bench real quick?
Yeah.
Or you don't think it matters?
If you Connor,
okay,
give me the first couple guys. Connor and who?
All right, I have Connor and Eno. I have Kareem Hunt and then Wandale.
Yeah, I mean, Hunt could get traded, and then you have potential. You could try and sell him on the spec that he gets traded. But Hunt and I don't know that I'm. I mean, Andrews is the guy to go get. I mean, Hunt and Connor and Everett for Andrews. I give up all of them.
I tried to, and then he countered with Etienne, Higgins, and Everett. So I'm not really taking this guy seriously.
Etienne, Higgins, and Everett for Andrews?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is like that guy that you almost do a deal and he counters with like 4 other brand new good players from your team. You're like, let's go ahead and change this offer.
Yeah.
I want Nick Chubb. It's like he talked to somebody. He called my show and I said, you know what? This guy Steven is sending you a trash offer.
You are offer sucks.
You're sending him a trash offer, and then after he talks to me, he calls back and he wants Nick Chubb. That's what happened.
Maybe that's what happened.
What about maybe doing some kind of like Higgins and what about getting JT, bro? Let's see, Higgins.
So what's funny is I spoke to you yesterday, and the JT owner is also the Jamar Chase owner.
So what if you sent him? What about Chubb?
I'm also 6-1.
What,
I don't know if I said that.
What about Chubb for JT and Chase, and you give him like a Connor or something? You give him what other wide receiver?
He told me he won't take Connor because he has Kyler and D-Hop, so he doesn't want like
what about whatever wide receiver, bench wide receiver he wants? Does he value Chubb more than JT?
Hey.
Do we got is Laundromat on the phone here? What's going on here? Does he value Chubb over JT?
He doesn't. He likes JT. He knows he has to get rid of him because of the Jamar injury. He's trying to package them both.
Okay. I don't know, man. Try and move around some of these pieces if you can, and 2-for-1s and get an upgrade. But other than that, just stand pat. Your team's fire. But like I'm always interested in moving guys. But like I don't know if I want to move ETN, Swift, or Cup. I'd entertain anything else. You know, like Burrow.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not really sure either.
Like I wouldn't be opposed to trading Burrow and Connor and Hunt and what all, you know, if you could upgrade Burrow into a Josh Allen or Mahomes or something, like anything like that works too. But past that, man, I mean just enjoy the 6-1 run that you're on, and if he comes to you and wants to get like Connor and Hunt and a wide receiver for Chase, you could take that, take Chase, put him on the bench. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah,
all right, just wondering any ideas.
Chubb for JT is where I would probably try and go and just get something else extra, because I like JT as much as Chubb, but I think because other people don't, I like to go in and take advantage of that. Kenneth Walker, I'd use Chubb to get Kenneth Walker and a wide receiver. Maybe a wide receiver upgrade. Maybe you turn Waddle into Adams because you give him Chubb for Walker. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go to those teams and see if you can get a guy you like as good as Chubb, and then get that that wide receiver upgrade. Higgins and Waddle can still be upgraded. I like them. They can still be upgraded, and you can use Chubb to do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to flip T. Higgins since he's on the high right now. I was trying to get Jonathan Taylor. I was trying to get Justin Jefferson, but the owner wanted T. Higgins and Swift, and I wasn't really trying to do that.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, Smitty.
Later. All right, we got Tyler on the phone. Let's go to Tyler, and then we've got another caller. Just hang tight for me.
Yeah, this is just a quick one. So this guy lost Brees Hall. I have plenty of running backs, and he wants to trade me Montgomery for T. Higgins, and it was...
Take it. Deal.
Yeah, T. Higgins and Adams.
Yeah, he wants to give you T. Higgins and Adams.
Yeah, for Montgomery and Andrews.
Yeah, I would trade Montgomery and Andrews for T. Higgins and Adams. Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat.
And then in one other league, I'm struggling at QB.
Okay.
Would you start Stafford, Dalton, or Russ?
Stafford.
Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Good questions. Very easy calls for me though. Appreciate you. Later. All right, last caller of the day. You're on the line here. Who am I talking to?
Yo, Smitty, what's up? It's Nicholas.
What's up, Nicholas? What can we do for you?
All right, so I got Allen, Kamara, Diggs, A.J. Brown, Ertz, Mozart. And then on the bench, I have Monty, Jamal, Deontay, Pacheco, Wandale.
All right.
Tony, and then I got like Kyron. So I'm trying to I'm trying to like upgrade Mozart because I think he's gonna have like a really big game this week. And I want to get Walker, and I was trying to get him off the waiver, but this kid
off the waiver.
Yeah, well he got the waiver spot, and I was winning at that point. So, but he's stacked in running backs, but I'm just trying to figure out what to give him for Walker, or maybe try to go for someone else with Mozart and someone else. I don't really want to give up A.J. Brown, so what would you suggest?
For Walker, I mean, you can't get Walker without giving up somebody solid, man. But the best approach is probably to trade Kamara for Walker and something, because most people think Kamara is worth more than Walker, and I disagree quietly. But that allows you to get another piece right here. So that's the way in. A.J. Brown for Walker, I would probably do that straight up too. But I think you can accomplish a better trade by going and getting. See ya, Ron Navy. Appreciate your super chat, man. I think you accomplish more by getting rid of Kamara and getting Walker and getting an additional player.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll take that. I think he really likes Walker, but is there another option I can go to, like maybe giving up Mozart and someone else for like a solid, like another RB1 maybe?
Mostert for another RB1? I mean,
Mozart and something.
Aaron Jones, Monty and Mostert for Aaron Jones, like Monty and Mostert for. I mean, you could try and catch someone sleeping at the wheel on ETN, but I highly doubt you're going to get that done. But I would probably go to the ETN owner and give them Kamara for ETN and a big wide receiver, or if they've got another running back, you give them Kamara and Mostert for their their ETN and Adams or something.
Yeah, I think my ETN owner does have Adams.
There you go.
So you think like a Kamara Mozart would work?
Yeah, I mean, it could. And if you got to throw in Monty, just throw him in like he's a gift, gift wrap it up. All right, bro. On your way you go.
All right, appreciate it.
Go attack it. Let us know. Keep us posted. Later.
All right, I will.
Yeah, appreciate you. Okay, let's get to these super chats and then on our way. Torres with this super chat. Should I trade Aaron Jones for Chase? I would rather have Aaron Jones. Ben, I think I got to this one. Josh Allen, Monty, Deontay, or Herbert, JT, Godwin. I take, as much as I love Josh Allen, I'm taking JT and Godwin. That's phenomenal. I think I already answered that one. This one's from Oliver. Who's your favorite sneaky tight end? Thanks, Smitty. Show is awesome. Appreciate you, John. I mean, likely right now he was on the bold predictions for. I choose 12 bold predictions each year, and likely was one of them. So if you don't have my content at thefantasyfootballshow.com, you might have missed that one. Thefantasyfootballshow.com. Get your lifetime membership at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Let's see here. Okay, back to the super chats at hand, and then we're going to probably stroll on out of here. 264 of you still in here. Punch that thumb up button. Likely's my favorite. And Taysom Hill I still really, really like, and I think he gets cut enough that you need to go get him. Last super chat. Hey, it's Corzin. I just called, and right when I hung up, I got an offer Mike Evans and ETN for Diggs. I would take Mike Evans and ETN for Diggs. I would smash that and take the two players. I love ETN, so that's fantastic. Ron Navy, appreciate your super chat. I will see you all later. I am live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. I'm also live every time there's breaking news, and I'm also live at midnight, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so that most of the time. So that means that we probably will be live tonight for a Q&A session around the midnight or maybe a little later tonight, Eastern time frame. So appreciate you all. If you missed any of the news, check out the beginning of the show, which is about 2 hours and 50 minutes ago, because this was a 2 hour and 50 minute show. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all probably tonight. Don't forget to leave a comment, guys. I'm going to try and reply to 90%, if not 100, of all the comments on this video. Not in the live stream here. On the video in the comment section within the first 24 hours. So please leave me a comment. I'll see you all later.
And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.